Dark. Why my image is dark? Are you sure? Is the resolution okay? Okay, guys, good afternoon. Helen, hi, good afternoon. Helen, I can see you. And who else is there? Okay, Rishi, hi. And I have a new dude with me. Who's there? There's a new dude there. And yeah, hi. Who else is there? Okay, good afternoon. Nishit, good afternoon. Nishit, I can see you. I can't see you, but I got your message, Nishit. And who else is there? Right. Okay, Archana, are you there? We are about to start, so if you log in, please let me know. We are about to start. Very good afternoon, guys. I want your confirmation. I'm about to start because if you miss later, I will not be repeating it. So that's the reason. Arvind, how many are there? How many have logged in? 73. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, Vamsi, hi, good afternoon. Vamsi, nice to see you also. Okay, who's there? Okay, Sri Lakshmi, good afternoon. Hello. Okay, hi, sir. Who's this? Okay. Saundarya, hi, good afternoon. Bishnoi Saab, Ram Ram, agar aap ho to. Bishnoi doesn't log in very easily, I guess. Chalo, okay. So we start and why do you guys look so serious? Should I get serious? It's a happy day. Oh, I forgot. Happy Valentine's Day. I forgot that. Sorry. No wonder you guys look serious. Because I forgot to wish you all. Okay. Oh, I should be wishing you happy Singles Day. Look at you guys. All of you are here in my class. That means you're happily single. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been here. Being single is the best, right? Yeah, it is best. दिल बहलाने के लिए ख्याल अच्छा है ऋषि नहीं कोई है नहीं तो ये किसी में खुश रहो कि अकेले ही अच्छा है यार लाइफ में है ना ओके ऋषि चलो it doesn't matter so we continue and yes I stopped at one point I was talking about this okay that's why the count is less today why because okay all the singles are here all the couples are not here okay Satya good afternoon Satya nice to see you Satya good afternoon and okay Arshia good afternoon bache Okay, so I think Naveen, hi, Naveen Ranjan. Naveen Ranjan, you were not there yesterday. I'm seeing you for the first time today. But anyway, let's start. Okay. Now, yesterday I left at this point. I was asking about how to win trust. If you remember, yesterday I closed with this point. Okay. Okay, Rajan. Okay, Rajan, Naveen, Rajan. I didn't see you yesterday, so that's why I'm asking you. Okay, somebody has a camera on and I can only see the fan, ceiling fan. So please, just imagine somebody switches on the camera. I can only see the ceiling fan, but I would like to see you, not the fan of your home. Okay, it looks like a horror movie, seriously, set of a horror movie. Fan. Okay, the person switched off the camera. It's okay. So yesterday I was talking about this part. I was talking about trust, how to win trust. A very, very big question, how to win trust. And there's a wonderful word called trust deficit. One of the biggest problems in today's world is this only, trust deficit. Anusha, hi, good afternoon. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, I should, so did you guys think about this, how to win trust? I don't take it personally, but since all of you are here in my class, so that means all of you are single. So if you're single, that means people don't trust you. That's why nobody proposed to you guys. I'm enjoying this seriously. Look at the guys. Okay. Yes, sir. That's a fact. Okay. Yeah, true. Right. Okay. Now the point is I'll teach you how to win trust. How to win trust. Okay. Did you guys think about it? Seriously? Chandramohan, good evening. How to win trust. Okay, we'll talk about this. The basic way to win trust, the most simple way to win trust is to practice honesty. Practicing honesty. The word is not honesty, the word is practicing honesty. We all know how important honesty is. In schools, you must have seen honesty is the best policy. But the point is, do you practice honesty? It's about practicing. Everybody knows honesty is important, but do you practice honesty? Everybody knows commitment is important, but do you practice that commitment? Ethics is all about practicing. Yesterday, in fact, when I was closing my class, I was talking about trust deficit. Some of you said, yes, honesty. But the point is, do you guys practice being honest? Now, the question is how to practice honesty. This can be a question for your exams. How to practice honesty? How can one person be honest? How can you be honest? Tell me. Simple question. How can you be honest? How will you practice honesty? Very simple question. As you copy this, please think and tell me, how can you practice honesty? Because honesty is important, so the question is, how do you practice it? So copy this and meanwhile tell me, how can you practice it? Prashant, you are here and you're giving me reply. That means you're also a single. Arshia, good afternoon. Arshia, nice to have you. Dr. Vinisha, nice to see you. I can't see you, but I can see your message. Nice that you are there, Dr. Vinisha. Padmini, good afternoon. Rini, how are things with you? Okay. Talk what you think, act on what you say is honesty. Okay. Now, is this Google or is this you telling me? Somebody writes, okay, who's this? Let me see the name. Okay, Suryapriya says, talk what you think and act what you say is honesty. Is that so? Okay, maybe by being rightful would be honest. Okay. It's my view. Okay, Suryapriya, it's perfectly fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Rishi says, always say the right thing. Is that honesty? Being transparent, doing the right things. Prashant, is that honesty? Okay, so being true to ourselves. Now, that is authenticity. Okay, listen to this. Listen to it. Anu, this for you. Anu says, being true to oneself. Being true to oneself is authentic. This is not about being authentic. It's about how to practice honesty. You know, we all live in a relationship. And relationship is all about trust. So how to win trust? Public service is all about trust. People should be able to trust a collector. People should be able to trust an SP. It's about trust. So it's not about being authentic. Authentic and honest, these are two different words. So how to practice honesty? Okay, the best way to practice honesty is, what is the opposite of honesty? Cheating. You don't cheat, you're honest. Simple, opposite. How do you practice honesty? You practice honesty only by not cheating others. So the best way to practice honesty is this. Don't deceive others. Don't deceive others. Don't cheat others. That's how you practice honesty. The day you stop cheating others, you practice honesty. I hope you understand. Look at the opposites. Look at the opposite. The opposite of honesty is deceiving. You don't deceive, that means you're honest. You don't cheat, that means you're honest. I hope you understand. So copy this. Then meanwhile, what are the ways in which we can cheat others? What are the ways in which we can cheat others? Right decision. Rini, thank you. Honestly, honesty in daily routine in doing what we say, saying what we do. Rini, is it so easy? Okay. Suryapriya says, okay, Suryapriya, you nailed it. How do you deceive others? How do you deceive others? How do you cheat others? And what are the ways by which we cheat others? How do we deceive others? What are the ways? We cheat, right? Okay, manipulating truth, breaking promises, fine. Okay, now listen now. We cheat others quite a bit. That means we deceive others quite a bit. Now the question is, how do we deceive others? We deceive others in three ways. Listen. We deceive others in three ways. First one, lying. Wait, don't write. What's the hurry? Nothing is there. Wait. We lie. Do you guys lie all the time? Acha, a question. Who taught you how to lie? Did anyone teach you how to lie? How do you learn? I am very sure your parents never taught you how to lie. Your parents never taught you that. Your parents never taught you that. You learned it. And do you lie all the time or do you lie sometimes? Listen to me. All the time? Sometimes. Yeah, all the time. We lie only sometimes. We lie only sometimes. And those times are crisis situations. Your dad catches you, you drop a lie. Your HOD catches you, you drop a lie. Wife catches the husband, husband will lie. Husband catches the wife, wife will lie. Because you have to save yourself. Oh, boyfriend catches you, you lie. So it's a crisis response. Look at this. It's a crisis response. Suppose if Arvind is caught by his girlfriend, Arvind will lie immediately. Crisis response. Lying, intentionally misleading others, intentional. We do it intentionally because it's a crisis response. You're caught, you want to survive, you drop a lie. Haven't you seen one thing? We learn to lie in school. Seriously. At home, you never learn. You learn the skill in school. Why? Because in school, your parents are not there to protect you. A child, the day the child goes to school and the day he doesn't do his own homework, that's the day he picks up first lie. Teacher asks, where is the homework? Ma'am, dog ate my homework. Kutte ne kha liya. I'm just joking, but that's how it starts. Ma'am asks you, why are you late? Ma'am, he'll have a lie. Why? Because he's caught doing something he's not supposed to do. It's a crisis response. I repeat, it's a crisis response. Lie. Intentionally, it's intentional. Okay, copy this. Circle the word intentional. Remember, it's a crisis response. I have not mentioned the whole thing. It's crisis. Only in crisis we lie. Prashant, you deleted a message. I hope it was not an abusive message. Situation makes us lie. Okay. Nandini, thank you. Nandini, how's your Sunday coming up? Arvind, how many are there? Okay. Somebody else has joined. Okay. Acha, I have a request for all of you. My course will end very quickly. This is the first weekend. I have 3 more weekends. That's it. I'll take 7 sessions only, 7 days only. So it'll be done very quickly. So if you miss the class, that's it. And please remember, recording is not fun because recording, it's just a recording. You will not be able to clarify your doubts. So that's why don't try to miss classes. Otherwise, you will suffer before mains. Right. Okay. Full of classes. Okay. Day is busy for Nandini. Full of classes. You had a class earlier before this also? Okay. Next one. This is what you do most of the time. This is what we call half-truth. Half-truth. Wait. Half-truth. Half-truth means you don't drop a lie. You don't say a lie. You give truth, but only half of it, not complete. Half of it. Half of it. For example, today is Sunday, you're tired of studying, and you just tell your mom, Mom, I'm just coming back from a friend's place. I'm just coming back. Don't even tell anything. Because moms are sweet. They'll not bother. You just leave home, pick up your bike, go pick up your friend, and you go for a movie. And as you enter the movie hall, your dad calls you. You are about to enter. You are in the movie hall. You bought the tickets. And the moment you enter, dad calls you on a mobile phone. Where are you? You're caught. You will drop a lie. Half-truth. I'm with a friend. You didn't tell him you are in the movie hall. You'll say, I'm with a friend. Half-truth. Suppose if it's Valentine's Day and you are in the movie hall with your special friend of yours. You can imagine whoever it is. Special friend of yours. It can be same sex also. It doesn't matter. Special friend of yours. And your dad calls you, where are you? I'm in a movie hall. You missed out the other part that you're with a special friend. Half-truth. Half-truth means you omit the critical information. Oh, achhe din. Half-truth. When will it come? I hope you remember last time election promise was this. Good days. When? Half truth. Donald Trump also says, make America great again. When? Half truth. Seriously, half truth. If you look at Nike, Nike says, just do it. Do what? Have you seen Nike ads? Just do it. Do what? What can you do wearing a pair of shoes? You can't do anything. But the point is half truth. So this is what we do all the time. We have a habit of giving half truth. And this is what we do all the time. But that's also deception because you are not giving the complete fact. Half truth. I'll give an example. A wonderful example. We had Bihar elections. And I study elections. I do research for my own purpose, for my own research purpose. So I study elections and I have a habit of following campaigns. Not the entire, I follow campaigns. And this time in Bihar, I was tracking this MLA. He was fighting elections to be re-elected. I was just following him, studying his speeches, what was he saying and all that. And interestingly, in one public rally, he very pompously, very loudly, he said, I built 27 schools in last 5 years. And the moment he said, I built 27 schools, people were clapping, oh, amazing. But he didn't tell the audience that he closed 11 schools also. Half truth. Had he said, I closed 11 schools, people would not have clapped. Half truth. Politicians do this every day, half truth. But once you become public servants, you're not supposed to give out half truth. You're supposed to say the complete fact because half truth is also deception. Half truth is also deception because that's also lying. You're cheating, right? You haven't given the complete fact. You haven't given the complete fact. Copy this, half truth. But Trump changed the slogan, make America great again to keep America great. Okay. Yeah, later he did that. Yes, CSAT class. Okay, you had a CSAT class also. Oh, nice. That means you guys must be very tired. CSAT class also. This is how you practice honesty. If UPSC gives you a question, how to practice honesty, you have your answers. This is how we practice honesty in life. Honesty. Okay. Third one. This is my favorite one. Sometimes you know the truth. Sometimes you know the truth, but you don't speak out. Agreed? You keep silent. You know the truth. Agreed? I'll give you a situation. Yeah, I'll give you a situation. Yeah, and it's don't sleep because I'm going to give you a lot of stories today. Is that okay? Are you guys packed and all? Because I'll make you travel quite a bit today. We'll go to US also and come back. If you are good to me, I'll take you to US also. We'll go to New York and come back also if you're good to me. Okay. Now, what is that? Okay. Now, long back, I used to teach a course in a university outside Delhi. And I used to travel to that university, stay there, teach a course and come back, take my class and come back. And it was a little far off. And I was doing it, why? Because the registrar was a good friend and he wanted me to teach that course. And it so happened that once I was there for my classes, the registrar called me up and he said, like, I have nominated you in discipline committee as an external member. I hope you know every university has a discipline committee. And discipline committee will have one external member, not from the university, somebody from outside the university. So it's part of that committee. Rishi will know IIT also has this discipline committees. And so I was one of the external members. So once I was there for a class, and after the class got over, my friend called me up, the registrar called me up. He said, I want you to come tomorrow. I said, where? He said, we plan to inspect boys' hostel. Inspect boys' hostel. Inspect means raid boys' hostel. A lot of your hostlers will understand what raiding is all about. So, inspect boys' hostel. I said, fine. Because I'm a discipline committee member, I have to be there. So I said, fine. What time? He said, 4 a.m. in the morning. I said, 4 a.m.? Are you mad? 4 a.m. in the morning getting into boys' hostel? He said, no, that's the only time these guys will be caught. I said, okay. Next day morning, listen to the scene. Next day morning, we all were there. I was there, the registrar was there, the dean, discipline in charge, he was there, a couple of senior professors were there, and the security people were there. We all entered into boys' hostel. We knocked every room, pulled the poor guys out. They were all sleeping. Half of them pulled them out, and we were inspecting the room. and they found a couple of cigarette packets and beer bottles in a couple of rooms. Good, that's what they wanted. And the moment they found the beer bottle, can you imagine beer bottle? Beer is alcohol, please, come on. But they found the beer bottles. And after that, all the seven were identified, the room people, and they were brought next day morning for the hearing. Now listen to the scene now. Scene is very simple. The dean was sitting in the center. We all were there. All the seven were standing like this because they were caught with beer bottles and cigarettes. Now the dean loudly, who got this? I'll suspend everybody. I'll call everybody's parents. I will not allow you to take the exams. You know, I was laughing to myself. I was sitting in one, I was laughing. I knew that everybody knew the truth. Everybody knew who had got the beer bottles. And I knew that nobody will open the mouth. Because if they open the mouth that evening, they'll be killed in the hostel. This is what we call North India biradari, bhaichara, brotherhood. Hostels are all over. How nobody will say, and nobody opened their mouth. Nobody opened their mouth. Silence. Nobody opened the mouth. And all the seven were suspended for a semester. Can you imagine, for a semester? But nobody opened the mouth. All this looks good in college. But don't do that in service. In service, if you know the truth, speak. Otherwise, you will be suspended. It's the same thing happened 2G scam. I hope you know about 2G scam. In 2G scam, when the inquiry was on, telecom officers, you know, there's something called telecom service also in India. This through Indian Engineering Services. Telecom service officers were placed under suspension. Why? Because they knew what was happening, but nobody reported it. So, in public service, silence is also deception. I repeat, silence is also deception. If you know it, speak. Otherwise, you lose your job. And why I gave you this college example is, friendship is all in college. Good, brotherhood is all in college. In service, everybody is a professional. In service, everybody is a rival. In a batch of 130 probationers, only one becomes chief secretary. Keep that in mind. It's a profession. So, silence. That's also deception. So, in other words, look at the last one. Sorry, copy this. Then I'll put you in a situation. You guys like situations, so I'll show situations also today. We'll discuss situations also. Okay. चलो रमेश भाई सवाल पूछे आपसे बिल्कुल चलो guys okay since you guys want situations so I'll put you in situations today. Are you okay if I put you in situations? Helen is missing. I can't see Helen's camera today. I don't know. Helen switched off. Oh no. Helen is there. Only thing is my window is overlapping with Helen's window. Okay, not a problem. All right, so let's see. Okay, now look at this national flag. National flag. Now the question is, can you imagine yourself as IAS officers? Stop staring at me. Can you imagine yes or no? Some of them are looking at them, so, acha, me also IAS. Yes? Okay. Now, as an IAS officer or as an IPS officer, as a public servant, will you lie in the name of national interest? Will you deceive in the name of national interest? As a public servant, will you, as a civil servant, as an IAS officer, as an IPS officer, will you deceive in the name of national interest, in the name of this flag? Yes or no? Ramesh bhai, yes or no? You tell me, Ramesh bhai. So just, okay, somebody says, yes, sir, no, sir. As a public servant, we need to maintain confidentiality. Yes, sir, no, sir. Okay, leave out the arguments. Yes, sir, no. This was one of my questions in one UPSC interview. It was great fun asking kids. It was a great fun asking kids. Now the question is, will you deceive in the name of national interest? In the name of this flag? For the nation, yes or no? Okay, no sir, we will not lie. No sir, yes sir. Chalo, okay. Right. Can I take you guys to Beijing? I know it's COVID time. Can I take you guys to Beijing? Passports, bag, all ready? Ramesh bhai, chalna hai Beijing? Okay, chalo, we'll go to Beijing. No, I'm not kidding. We'll go to Beijing. 2008 Beijing Olympics. Okay. Listen, I'll come back to this question later. Most of you said yes, a lot of you said no. I'll come back to this question a little later. And let me get ready to a story. Padmini, okay, Padmini, follow this now. Now, these are two 7-year-old girls. These are two 7-year-old girls. Okay. Now, if you look at the girl's faces very clearly, you can see her dentures are a little crooked. She's just 7 years old. So as a 7-year-old girl, your face is just forming. So that's why her dentures are a little crooked. She's a cute looking girl. She's a cute looking girl. Okay, I can see that a lot of you are looking at them and looking at my face. Our face don't match anywhere. They're not my daughters. Disclaimer. Done? Fine, my wife is from Kashmir, but my daughters don't look like them. Okay, so that's about these two. And these two girls are very great friends, wonderful friends, wonderful friends. Okay. During Beijing Olympics, the showcase event of the Olympics was the inauguration ceremony, opening ceremony. And in the opening ceremony, this girl was singing the Chinese national anthem. I'll show the video. Watch the video now. Now you can see this is the first time ever China was holding an Olympic Games. And China went out of the way to ensure that it was a grand success. Now this is the girl. Now just look at the girl's confidence. 90,000 people in the crowd, in the stadium, and she's standing all alone. If you watch the video carefully, she's all alone. She's all alone. Millions watching worldwide live. Can you imagine the confidence of this girl? Can you imagine? It's not an Indian Idol TV show that you can take a retake. No, this is like worldwide audience. I was watching this live in India and I was massively impressed. Why impressed was amazing voice, and the confidence. It takes guts. Can you sing in front of 90,000 people? No, I don't think so. But this girl had that amazing confidence, massive confidence. And next day, everybody in the world, every newspaper in the world were talking about her, the confidence. Everybody. Because seriously, this girl had some talent. But there was one newspaper in London called Daily Mail. They had this sensational scoop story. And the news story was this: cute girl forced to mime at Olympic ceremony after China banned 7-year-old with crooked teeth. Now what the newspaper claimed, listen to this, what the newspaper claimed was that 1 week before the opening ceremony, Chinese officials came for a dress rehearsal. I hope you know what dress rehearsal is. Actual event is practiced. Chinese officials came for dress rehearsal. When they came for the dress rehearsal, they noticed this girl was singing the national anthem. This girl. The girl with a little bit of crooked teeth. And Chinese officials found that this girl had great voice. Wonderful voice. But her face was not good enough for the cameras. So what the Chinese officials did, they replaced this girl with this girl. So what the Chinese officials did was they replaced this girl with this girl. So that means the voice was hers, but she was just standing and lip syncing. You know what lip sync is all about? Lip syncing. Justin Bieber did that in Mumbai. Lip syncing. I hope you know who Justin Bieber is. He lips. There's a record playing, you just. So that's what she did. That's what newspaper claimed. And China didn't bother to respond. China didn't bother at all. But after a couple of weeks, after a week, other newspapers picked up the story, especially New York Times. You know, New York Times loves such stories. New York Times picked up the story. It's a big newspaper. And they gave out more evidence. And as more evidence started coming out, look at what China issued. China issued a disclaimer. Follow this. China said this: we combined the perfect voice and perfect performance. The reason was national interest. China didn't say we cheated. We did this for a nation's interest. You know, next time when you fill up your UPSC form, you write your citizenship as Indian. The moment you say Indian, that means anything for the nation. Next time, most of you are from Chennai, next time when you're traveling from airport to the city, from airport towards the city, on the left-hand side, you will see OTA, Officers Training Academy. That's Army Officers Training Academy. Now, next time, just stop the car or auto, get down, and just observe the gate. There's a big dwar, a gate. And right next to the gate, you will see a big cement plaque. And the cement plaque, you will find five powerful words. And the words are: nation comes first, always, every time. Nation comes first, always, every time. When you're all citizens. Have you heard there's an agency called RAW, Research Analysis Wing? Have you heard of it? Do they do ethical work? They do it in the name of national interest. There's a wonderful Akshay Kumar movie called Baby. Do see that movie. It talks about RAW's operations. National interest. Remember that. Honesty versus national. It's a very tricky question. I'll give you one more example. When Donald Trump had come to India, he was going to Ahmedabad. Have you noticed something? In Ahmedabad, when Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi was addressing the gathering together, the way in which Donald Trump was about to travel, they had emptied the slums completely. I hope you know that story. They emptied the slums completely. They pushed out the slums completely. China only did one. They swapped one girl. Here we built walls around the road. National interest, national image. It's a very, very tricky thing. And remember one thing, you're all public. That's why I gave you this. I gave you a clue also. About this. You know, one of our fundamental duty is, have you heard the term fundamental duties? One of our fundamental duties, protecting the unity and integrity of the country. Citizenship. In your personal life, you can be extremely honest, but when it comes to national interest, it's a tricky dilemma. So that's why keep your ears open for the explanations I gave you and understand how you have to take it up in the exam also. Okay, so let's move to the next one. The first way to win trust is to be honest, practice honesty. Second one, principle of doing no harm. That means you don't harm others. I hope you enjoyed traveling to Beijing. Principle of doing no harm. You know, till date, China has never accepted that they deceived the world. They said we did it in the name of national interest. Fair. Okay. I hope all of you got the story, understood the perspective. Let's move. Principle of doing no harm. You're not supposed to harm others. It's very simple. Avoid doing things that harm other people. Every religion talks about it. Every religion. And that's one of the basic principles why we are able to live in society together, because we don't harm others. Copy that. Archana, if you are there, please text me. I think you're not there today because I haven't seen you in the text message also. Vamsi, are you there? You just wished me, and after that, Vamsi, I haven't seen you. Chandramohan, I hope you got the perspective. Arshia, I hope you understood the perspective of national interest. All of you must have understood that perspective. Right. Okay, nice. Okay, Chandramohan, nice, glad. Oh, by the way, you can even quote these examples. You can quote the example of Ahmedabad, Trump's visit. These are examples everybody knows. The Beijing Olympics, everybody knows these examples. That's why if you notice something, I'm giving you examples from open cases. This you can quote in the exam also. Okay. Now, just imagine, Vamsi studies in IIT Chennai. Vamsi studies in, and one evening, Vamsi and some of his friends, they all come down to Express Avenue Mall to hang out. I hope you know where Express Avenue Mall is. They all come down to Express Avenue Malls to hang out. You know why young boys come to malls to hang out. So they were all hanging out, and they go to the food counter, and they all were having coffee, and they were all happily chatting. And somebody cracks a joke. It was really a funny joke. And everybody started laughing. The entire group of boys, they were all started laughing. And Vamsi's friend who was standing next to Vamsi, oh, Vamsi is listening to me right now. Vamsi's friend who was standing next to him, he laughed so loudly that he just did his hand like this. So when he did his hands like this, he accidentally hit the cup of Vamsi. And the whole coffee got spilled on Vamsi's face and shirt. Can you imagine? Because your friend laughed out loud, the whole cup of coffee spilled on your face and your shirt. Vamsi looks at him angrily. My question to you is, should Vamsi slap his friend for burning his face and for ruining his shirt? Vamsi, sweetheart, if you're there, what do you say? Vamsi is thinking. Oh, I said, should Vamsi punish? What should he do? Should he slap this friend? No, he should not. Why? Because these are accidental actions. Accidental. I repeat, these are accidental. The intention to hurt was missing. Intention to hurt is missing. Oh, Vamsi said, no, sir, you will not do it. I know that. Oh, he did by mistake. Okay, Prashant, fair enough. Now you got the concept. Sir, are we concluding that it's okay to lie in the name of national interest? You are missing a point here, Sri Lakshmi. I said you're an IAS officer. That's what professional ethics is all about. I'm not saying you as a person. I said professional, IAS officer. You missed out that point. No, he did by mistake. Okay, great. Slapping is not the right thing to do. Okay. Thanks. It was an accident. I repeat, it was an accident. I'm sure these such accidents must have happened with you all. Okay. Now, one more situation. This will be fun. And keep your pen papers aside. Keep your pens aside for 1 second. I want to listen to me. And okay. I hope you know where is Jaipur. I hope you know Jaipur is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. I hope you know that. So let me take you to Jaipur. Are you guys listening to me? I said Jaipur is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. Ha. Yes, sir. What? Even Rishi did the same thing. Rishi in front of me. Then Jaipur, Madhya Pradesh. Come on, where are you guys? Are you guys listening? No, you don't listen, right? Okay, Jaipur is in Rajasthan, and even Arvind is laughing because you all got caught here. Oh, sorry, I should not play pranks on you guys. Seriously, sorry, I pranked you guys. I should not do that. I should not. Helen, I'm sorry, I pranked you. Sorry. Okay. Now, I hope you know that once you become IAS officers, you are IAS officer right now. I told you to imagine. Once you become IAS officers, once you get your cadre, before you start your actual job in a state, you will be sent to the state training academy for 1 month's training where you get to know about the state. So that's why every state has an ATI, which we call Administrative Training Institute. Tamil Nadu government's ATI is in Greenways Road. Rajasthan's ATI is in Jaipur. And I travel to Rajasthan ATI almost every 2 months. Once in 2 months, I'm there for one lecture, something or the other. I'm always there in Jaipur for lecture or other. So once I was there for a lecture, and I took the morning flight, reached there, and my lecture was in the afternoon. And the moment I reached the ATI, I was told that my lecture is postponed for next day morning. I was very angry. Why? Because had they told me earlier, I would have come next day. Now the point is I have to stay overnight. And seriously, Jaipur is not a very happening city. Just like Chennai, nothing happens there. It's a very, very boring kind of a city, just like Chennai. Nothing happens here. So I was wondering what is to be done in the evening. I mean, it's whole evening sitting alone in the room, it doesn't make sense. And you can hang out also. So I remember I have a friend. I remember a school friend who settled in Jaipur. So I called him up. And I said, "Yaar, what are you doing? Let's meet for dinner." He said, "Yaar, I have to go in a barat." I hope you know what a barat is, marriage procession. He said, "I have to go in a barat." Then I said, "Okay, fine." I kept the phone down. 10 minutes later, he called me back. He said, "Why don't you join me in the barat?" I said, "Come on, how can I join? You're going for somebody's wedding." He said, "No, it's my cousin's wedding. Why don't you join? We'll meet also. You can have dinner with me." And he said, "I'm coming to pick you up at 8:30. And he kept the phone down. I said, "Okay." I hope you know what a barat is. Barat is a wedding procession. There is a band, there are people dancing, and there's a groom sitting on a horse and all that. So 8:30 came and picked me up. Now just imagine the scene. 8:30 he came and picked me up. 9 o'clock, I joined the barat. We were there in the barat. So band, people dancing, the groom on the horse, everybody walking slowly. By 9:30, happiness started flowing in the barat. I hope you know what happiness in barat is. Happiness started flowing in the barat. And by 10 o'clock, happiness was overflowing in the barat. And people were dancing wildly. And suddenly one of the gentlemen there was so happy. He went to his car, took out a licensed revolver. He had a licensed revolver. And started firing in the air, celebratory firing. Oh, because he's happy, overflowing, he fired in the air. And the moment he fired one, others encouraged, "Oh, yes, bhai, awesome." He fired one more. People further encouraged. And look at this, the procession is moving, people are dancing. He's also dancing and firing. And he fired the third one. And I was watching, I said, "Oh, wow, amazing." He fired the third one. When he fired the third one, look at this, he's dancing and firing. He didn't even know where he's firing, he just fired it. And the bullet hit a tree branch accidentally. It rebounded and hit a Bharati on the shoulder here. Had it been here, that man would have been dead. It got hit here. And he fell down. And the moment he fell down, entire Bharat, entire procession stopped. Everybody became quiet. And they caught this man and beat him like anything. And after that, took him to police station. My question to all of you is, should this guy be punished? Don't you think this is accidental? He had no intention to hurt this man. I am very sure he didn't plan that I'll shoot like this, it'll hit. No, right? So how should he be punished? क्यों? License है तो क्या हुआ? He should be punished. That's no reason. रमेश भाई तुमने देखा होगा यार. हाँ बहुत होता है. हाँ फिर? Okay, Nishit says he should be published. Nishit, I know there's a typos. Nishit says he should be published. He wants to write punished. You know, that's what spell check does. Google. WhatsApp spell check. Okay. Nishit, it's okay. Nishit, it's okay. Perfectly fine. Now, understand the concept. Yes, it was an accident. Concept. That's how you do case studies also. it was an accident, purely an accident. But the point is, he should be punished. Why? Because these are reckless actions. Reckless means you cannot put in danger others' life. Just because I have a gun, that means I do not shoot and endanger others' life. Just because I have a Lamborghini doesn't mean I drive at 300 kilometers per hour and kill somebody. You cannot do that. You cannot endanger anybody's life. Reckless. Endangering others' lives. That's why you should be punished. This is not, we don't include this in ethics. We include this in ethics. Reckless. Reckless. That's why when you drink and drive, you are punished. Why? Because you are endangering others' life. Endangering others' lives. You cannot put at risk other people's life. I hope you got it. He should be punished, yes. Okay. There are two ways we harm others. How many ways? Two ways. One is direct and one is indirect. Copy it and tell me how will you harm others, directly or indirectly. We harm others directly and indirectly. Now how? Tell me. Copy it and tell me what is direct and indirect. And indirect? Supari. Misuse a rule. Okay. ठीक है, लिखो, फिर मैं आता हूं. He doesn't have the intention, but still common sense is something that he's supposed to use. It's a public event. Using weapon is not advisable, risking others' life. Yes. Sri Lakshmi, you nailed it. Yes, perfectly. Very well argued, Sri Lakshmi. You know, always remember the word reckless. You cannot be reckless in your actions. Reckless means you cannot put in danger other people. I hope you got my point. You cannot put at risk other people. That is what it is all about. Reckless. Okay. Direct and indirect. How will you harm others directly? Watch the screen. Direct. I am sure you must have done this as a child. Haven't you fought with your younger brother? Pulled his hair, oh. I'm sure you must have done it. Oh, please don't tell me that you haven't done it. Once in your lifetime, you must have done this with your younger brother or a younger sister. Or if you're younger, you must have done it to the elder brother, elder sister. Oh, yes, why not? Chodunga nahi. We do it. But as we grow up, we don't do this very often. Oh, you know, this is one of my favorite pictures. One of my favorite pictures. This is taken from a college election. I'm sure all of you must have seen college elections. This is from a college election scene. Interesting? Look at this. Everybody's enjoying it. Nobody's stopping. Everybody's watching. Everybody direct. Oh, what is indirect? That's what I'm keen to know. What is indirect? Okay. Encouraging someone to fight. Okay. Direct. Okay. Indirect. That is supari only, yaar. Ramesh bhai, supari hai wo bhi. Supari suna hai na? Contract killing. मैंने उसको supari दे दी. Okay. Chalo. Environmental pollution affecting Earth? No. That's a little too much. Really, that's a little too much. You've taken it to a different level altogether, Rene. Okay. Anusha, what's your take? Anusha is typing. I'm waiting for it. Emotional hurting. Wow. Rishi, did you experience it? Rishi has sent me an indirect, emotional hurt, emotional atyachar. Rishi, I can see somewhere down there. No wonder you're sitting in my class today on Valentine's Day. Rishi, something is wrong somewhere. Rishi, you want me to believe this? Rishi spent one summer in Paris. How is it possible in Paris and without a relationship? Rishi, very bad. Okay. Okay, hurting them and bringing. Okay, chalo. Oh, okay. I'll take you to UP. I'll take you to UP, Uttar Pradesh, and there's a district called Sultanpur. I don't know how many of you know about UP. Let's travel to Sultanpur. Sultanpur. And Sultanpur is a district in UP. And there's an engineering college called Kamla Nehru Engineering College. It's an engineering college. And let me take you there. And there's a protocol in Government of India. The protocol is, if a minister is visiting your district, if a minister is coming to a district on an official visit, the collector has to receive the minister. Collector. And at that moment, Sultanpur's collector was a young lady IAS officer. She was the collector. Following protocol, she received the minister. And after receiving the minister, she came along with the minister to this college. Why? Because the minister was coming to this college for an official function. So just imagine, big college auditorium, full of students, completely jam-packed, and all the dignitaries seated there. And this was during Akhilesh Yadav's government time. So he was a minister in Akhilesh Yadav's cabinet. And the function started. Following protocol, the district collector, just imagine the stage. There's a stage, everybody is seated here. District collector started the proceedings. She introduced the minister, honorable minister, and read out his introduction. And after that, she sat down. The minister took over the function. It's a usual thing. Minister took over the function. The minister was there to give scholarship checks to the students. And after giving the scholarship checks to the students, he started giving a speech. They usually give a speech, official speech. And the speech was in Hindi. He was giving a speech, and listen carefully. When he was giving a speech, he was talking about Akhilesh Yadav's government's policies. He was talking about what they are doing to promote education. He was talking about all of that. While giving that speech, suddenly he looked at the lady officer. And the moment he looked at the lady officer, he wanted to say something. He wanted to say something about policies, but he ended up saying something else. He said in Hindi, he said this. I'll translate for you. He said, "She is beautiful. She has a nice voice. And shockingly, she has a good body structure." Just imagine, in the auditorium, almost 1,000 students sitting there, and the minister commenting on the lady officer's body. It would have been better had he just gone and slapped this lady officer. Can you imagine what would have happened to the lady officer? Forget embarrassment. That's insult. 5 minutes back, everybody sitting in the auditorium was respecting this lady as a collector. Now suddenly everybody is looking at her body. Damage done. Physically, when you slap someone, the pain is there for a couple of hours. Words, it hurts. Words emotionally scar you. Somebody insults you, never forget, because words scar you. Indirect harm. Words. Why I told you this case is because I want all my students who are listening to me and all my students after you qualify this exam, please don't use such words. You all come from a good family. You all have gone to good colleges. Don't do this. Be civilized. And if any one of my students, if I notice that any one of you doing it, I'll actually kill you guys, seriously. Because you need to know how to be respectable. Don't harm others using your words. Words hurt. Words hurt. That's why I said this. That's why this part. Indirect. That's why I say avoid harm. Something, just notice something. If your friend insults you, you stay away from that friend. Why? Because you cannot tolerate insult. Insult is this only, indirect harm. And from today onwards, please use words carefully. I repeat, please use words carefully. Copy that. Last one, avoiding harm is equal to trust. So 2 ways to win trust. 2 ways. First one, practice honesty. Second one, don't harm others. Don't harm others. Don't insult, embarrass. Don't do that. No, Rajiv, no, don't quote Rajiv Gandhi's convex. Don't, it's about words. It's about words. Words are not so humble opinion, in my not so, are most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury, remedying it. Okay, nice one. Nice quote. Thanks, Rishi. Sir, we just know Mirzapur. Okay, Vamsi, yeah, you well know Mirzapur only. Okay, when father comes to hit me, my sister handing him a cane, indirectly hurting me. Oh, yes. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next principle. Next principle. Buddhist morality. I told you yesterday itself when I was introducing the course, moral thinkers are from India. And moral thinkers you study in Indian history classes. So I will not do that, but nevertheless, I'll cover the important areas also. Buddha was asked this year, but it's an important one. It can be asked again also. Look at the words Buddhist code of morality. It is not eightfold path. It's Buddha's code of morality. Buddhism emphasizes a lot on not harming. I repeat, Buddhism emphasizes a lot on not harming. And what Buddhism's first code is, don't kill, abstain from killing. That means don't physically harm other person. I repeat my words, don't physically harm other person. Physically. Copy this. Then we go to the other one. Okay, next one. Next one. Please remember physically harming others. Physically harming others. One. Next one. When you steal, then also you hurt other person. I repeat, when you steal, then also you're hurting other person. When you steal somebody's property, you're hurting other person. Economically. When you download a torrent, you're hurting somebody. You know what torrent is? No? Oh, you download torrents all the time. Yes or no? Torrent. Copyrights. Have you heard of IPR? You download music. You're harming somebody because that's nothing but stealing. That's the second way to harm others. That's what Buddha said. To abstain from taking what is not given. When somebody is not giving it, don't just snatch it. That is also harming other person. Stealing. Sorry. Not stealing or committing fraud. That's also harming other person. When you steal something from somebody, you're harming the other person. And please mention IPR and all these examples. You cannot harm other person by stealing their property. Okay. Next. Third one. Physical property, third one. Now comes the third one. Verbal harm. Don't lie. Don't use abusive words. Listen to them. Don't use abusive words. Verbal harm. Abstain from verbal harm. Copy that. Three kinds of harm. Physical, verbal, property. Three kinds of harm. All right. Next one. You know, I've seen in my experience with college kids and young working professionals, whenever you ask them about monogamy, Girls know what it is. Boys will wonder what the hell is monogamy. And some of the boys will give me the definition of monogamy is like this: having one wife but multiple affairs. Look at the boys' definition of monogamy. Okay. Next way, this Buddha said this. Other way to harm is this: abstain from sexual misconduct that kills relationships, that ruins families, relationships and families. In other words, abstain from adultery. It ruins relationships. Look at the way Buddha went about it. Physical, property, relationship, every angle he has covered. Every angle he has covered. Physical, verbal, property, relationship. Remember the concept. We can harm others like this. Relationships also matter. So that's why abstain from sexual misconduct. That means adultery. Now the last and the most important one. Whenever we talk about harming others, fine. All this is about harming others. How about we also harm our own bodies? Every cigarette you smoke, you harm your body. Every alcohol you drink, you're harming your body. Every bit of weed you smoke, you harm your body. Intoxicants. So Buddha's last one was this: self-harm. To abstain from intoxicants, that means self-harm. Don't harm yourself. Don't harm your body. Your body is the most important thing. Don't harm your own body at least. Self-harm. I hope you understood. Arvind, how many are there? So some more have added, that means. They finished the date and joined us in the class. Nice. 3 more. Great. This is some commitment. You finish your date and come to the class also. Nice. You know, this day has been so nice, right? Valentine's Day coming on a Sunday. What more you want? I know it's not a good day. Why? Because parents are at home, so you cannot even leave home. Oh, no wonder all of you are here in my class. Why? Because parents are there at home. Oh, yes. I forgot that part. Had been a working day, they would have gone to office so you can sneak out. Now, today you are stuck. Okay. Abstain from intoxicants. Okay. Next one is fidelity. Fidelity is loyalty. Fidelity is loyalty. Loyalty. Now, this is something which is most important aspect of trust. I repeat, most important aspect of trust. Loyalty. Loyalty. And when I say loyalty, it has 3 dimensions. Listen to the first one. Fulfill your commitments. And when I say fulfill your commitments, it has 3 parts. Contracts, leave that out. Second one, promise, most important. You people make lots of promises. I still don't know who teaches you how to make promise. My younger one, I shapat, mother, promise. Come on, what promise? And the moment you make a promise, that means you're lying. But promise, why do you make a promise? And the problem with all of you is you make a promise and you don't keep a promise. The idea is if you make a promise, keep it. Otherwise, don't make the promise, because promises are commitments. Promises are commitments. You know, one of the biggest issues I have with ministers is this. They take an oath, but they never fulfill their oaths. The day you become an IAS officer, you're taking an oath. But the oath is thrown out of the window after you pass out. Promises, commitments. Don't make promises if you cannot keep. I'll give you a simple life lesson. Always under promise and over deliver. Don't promise, deliver. The problem with all of you is you guys over promise and under deliver. You promise a lot and the delivery is not there. Oh, talking about promise, I should tell you this. Talking about promise, I should tell you this. All of you must have written application letters in school. Have you written? Respected sir, and all the application letter goes on. At the bottom, you write two big words. What are the two big words? Yours faithfully. That's a promise that I'll be faithful. Yours sincerely. Promise. Oh, some of the rascals will write yours obediently. They're the most disobedience in the class. Yours obediently. It's a promise. When you, okay, from now on, if you cannot keep those promises, don't mention those words. Don't. Because you're all going to be officers soon. Learn not to make promises. Learn, please. If you make a promise, it's all about commitments. Fulfill it, otherwise don't make it. And the next one, my favorite one is this. Be faithful in relationships. Faithful in relationships. Doing no harm comes under honesty. No. Honesty is all about practicing, not deceiving others. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Next important one. And look at the last one. It's the most important base of trust. 3 bases of trust. 3 ways you can win trust. First one, practicing honesty. Second one, don't harm others. Third one, loyalty, fidelity. 3 ways you can win trust. 3 ways. 3 paragraph answer, you have the entire answer. Okay, one important question that UPSC may have is this. How can you practice honesty in your daily life? It's a different question. They can have this question. How can you practice honesty in your daily lives? You have the answer in the very first point itself. So you can do that. Okay. Right. Let's go to the next one. Next, we are going to the next topic now. I'm sure you must have next topic. Important ethical rights. I hope I'm not going very fast today. Important ethical rights. The word is ethical rights. I repeat, the word is ethical rights. Not fundamental rights, ethical rights. Fundamental rights are guaranteed by the Constitution. I repeat, fundamental rights are guaranteed by the Constitution. But ethical rights are there. Why? Because we are born a human being. Human rights are political concepts, and human rights came in 1945. I repeat, human rights came in 1945. But ethical rights have been there throughout history. Why? Because as a human being, I need these rights. As a human being. And I'll talk about 2 rights here. How many rights? 2 rights here. I'll talk about 2 rights here. And both the rights are important. Why? Because they are important for your own self-growth. Self-growth. It's about you. And the first right I'm going to talk about today, is right to privacy. Privacy. It's an applied ethics topic. I told you yesterday also. So I'll take it up. Contemporary issue is also this. Privacy. I hope you know something. I hope you all know this. There's a big part of yourself that you never share with anybody. There's a big part of yourself. In other words, people don't know a lot about you. They only know a little bit about you. Even your mom and dad don't know everything about you. They only know a little bit about you. There's a big part of you nobody knows. That is your privacy. Big part of you. Big part of you. Agreed? Yes or no? Big part of you. Nobody knows. And if you notice something, all your friends know little bit about you. And they know different things about you. And just imagine all the friends come together one day. You'll be killed. But you are so manipulative, you'll ensure that nobody comes together also. So what I'm trying to tell you here is like, we are very protective about our privacy. That's the point I'm making. We're very protective about our privacy. So that's why privacy is about you as a person. It's not about society. The purpose of privacy is to protect you as a person. Protect you as a person. Copy that. Then I'm coming to a point. Okay. Copy, done. Okay. Now, all of you are here on Valentine's evening. That means I have to ask you all this question. Are you guys alone or lonely? In Hindi, there's a wonderful word for lonely, tanha. Are you guys alone or lonely? Vamsi, are you alone or lonely? Helen, are you alone or lonely? Helen's smile tells me that Helen is lonely. Anusha, are you alone or lonely? Lonely. Okay, nice. Okay, great. No, alone. Okay. Look at Anusha. Okay. Now, what is it? Are you guys lonely? Chandramohan, what is it? Vamsi, Chandramohan. Okay, look at this. Everybody. Okay. Now look at this. Somebody says, I'm happily alone. Surpriya says, I'm happily alone. Okay. Vamsi says, I'm alone, sir. So what's the difference? What's the difference? I'm not joking, alone or lonely. So what's the difference? There has to be a difference. There has to be a difference. Alone means you have lots of friends, but you want to be left alone. You don't want to be disturbed. Right now, all of you want to be alone because you're studying. Alone. That's why US Supreme Court beautifully said this. Privacy is equal to right to be alone, left alone. Nobody should disturb you. Nobody should ask you questions. Loneliness is more of an emotional issue. Loneliness is connected to emotional issue. And privacy is about to be left alone. Why should people disturb you? I mean, in phones also we have this DND, do not disturb. That means I don't want to be disturbed. And please remember one thing, there are times in the course of the day where you just want to be left alone. Sometimes some of you will go for movie alone also because you want that time for yourself. We all as human beings need some time for our own selves. Our own selves. That's why we would like to sit alone at times in room. We switch off the mobile phones. I'm sure at home also your mom also tells you, please leave me alone for some time. Your mom must be telling you that. Why? Because she had enough of you. Unemployed person sitting at home, please leave. Alone. Everybody likes that alone time. Everybody. And that's the first part of it. Privacy is psychological dimension. Being apart from others. Just imagine 24 hours if somebody is around you. Where is the time for yourself? And we humans like to think and we like to be alone for some time at least. Being apart from others. Psychological. It's good for your own mental health. Sri Lakshmi, I missed your message. You deleted it also. I wonder what was it? Surprisingly, all of you are alone. Nobody said I'm lonely. Good. All right, next one. Next is the most power dimension. Power dimension. Power dimension means we control information about our own self. In other words, we don't tell everything about ourselves to everybody. For example, I have told you about what I did, I have told you about my wife and kids. I haven't told you about my girlfriend's names. And I never will. I never will. We control. For example, I didn't even tell you about my religion, what religion I belong to. We control information. Have you noticed something? You are very, very careful about what to tell whom. So that's next dimension of privacy. Right to control information about ourselves. We control that information. And we very selectively. Oh, at home also you must have seen, you say something to your mom, not to your dad, to your mom. And you play politics also. You tell your mom, don't tell this to dad. I'm sure you do that. Moms are sweet, right? So you go and tell this to mom. And you do the politics also. Mom, don't tell this to dad. I say, you think your mom doesn't tell your dad? She will tell. She will tell him. Because he was before, much before than you came in, he was in her life. Only thing is that dad knows to control, to maintain that privacy part. Dad is sweet enough. He will never tell you that. But he knows. So what I'm saying, why are you doing it? You're doing it because you're controlling that information. Mom should know, dad should not know. Controlling information. Okay. So solitude is connected to loneliness only. So Priya, solitude is more a word we use in literature, not in ethics. So Priya, are you a literature student by any chance? No. Okay, you love poems. No wonder. No wonder you asked about solitude. Okay. Now power dimension is three parts. I'm sure you must have copied this. Power dimension is three parts. It has three parts. First one is this. Control over how much. Look at the words. Power dimension means privacy is defined in terms of a person having control over how much to reveal. How much. Next one, when to reveal. When. Timing. You control the timing also. You control how much, the quantity of information, the timing of information. And lastly, circumstances. Where? Where? Circumstances. Circumstances. These are three very important aspects of privacy. How much to reveal, when to reveal, where to reveal. Privacy. If UPSC asks you a question, what do you mean by privacy? These are the two slides. The answer is there for you. What do you mean by privacy? These are two answers. There are some messages. I'll respond a little later because they are questions. I'll do that a little later. Some of you have sent me questions. I'll respond to it a little later. Okay, let's go to the next one. First dimension of privacy. There are four dimensions of privacy from applied perspective. First one. First dimension of privacy. Okay. First, amateur privacy. Chalo, I'll tell you a story. It's been a while I didn't indulge you in a story. I'll tell you a story. May I? If you're not busy writing, I'll tell you a story. Okay. This is about a couple. This about a working couple. Not exactly a working couple. It's about a couple living in a small town. They were away from the family, and they were expecting the first child. They were expecting the first child. That means the wife was pregnant and they were expecting the first child. And since they were away from family, the husband was very caring because there was no family, no extended family to take care. And the husband was extremely caring, very nice man, very loving man. So he was very caring and following doctor's advice, he was ensuring that the wife is taken care of well, nutrition-wise, medicine-wise, every-wise. And he used to take his wife every month to gynecologist for a checkup also. Very religiously he used to do that. And every month, whenever he went for a checkup, he used to ask her a couple of questions. The biggest questions to ask the gynecologist was, is everything okay? Is the fetus growing normally? First pregnancy, he had issue with anxiety, so he was worried. So he used to ask her that question. So the gynecologist said, don't worry, everything is perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's all perfectly fine. And the 9 months get over. It was an eventless pregnancy. Nothing untoward happened. Perfect. And finally, the delivery date arrives and the wife is taken to the hospital. He takes the wife to the hospital. And there also the same gynecologist is there. And there also, before she takes the lady into the delivery room, there also she tells the husband, don't worry, it's a normal delivery. No cesarean, it's a normal delivery. And wait for 2 hours, we will give you a happy news. Just be patient and relax. Everything is okay. Trusting the doctor, he sits down there and they go into the delivery room. 1 hour passed. Just imagine his condition. As 1 hour passes, he gets sitting alone, anxiety builds up. He starts walking, looking at the clock, waiting for 2 hours to go off. And after 2 hours, there was no news. 2.5 hours, there's no news. 3 hours, no news. Now he starts panicking. He starts asking the sisters, what is happening? This is we don't know anything, what is happening. So finally, after 3.5 hours or so, the lady doctor comes out, all sweating, nervous. Instead of giving a happy news, she says, the child is okay, but there's a complication with your wife. If we have to save her, we need to do a surgery. Now just imagine the husband's condition. Already he is nervous and the doctor comes and gives such a news. The first reaction is, doctor, please save her. So the doctor says, fine, we are doing it, but to do that, we need to do a surgery. And that requires money. You go and make a deposit and sign this consent form. So obviously the reaction will be, he'll go, deposit the money, came back, just sign the consent form. Poor man. And the doctor says, please wait, we'll let you know. All anxiety, just look at his condition, all anxiety ridden now. Waits, he had no choice, waits, says his prayers. Finally, after a couple of hours, the doctor come out. And the doctor this time was quite okay. She was quite relieved. And she said, we were able to save your wife, don't worry. And things are okay. After 1 hour, your wife will be in the ICU. You can go and see her. Very relieved. Wife is okay, child is okay. After 1 hour, both of them are in the ICU, goes, sees, very grateful, very grateful. Immediately goes to the nearest temple, makes an offering, comes back, both are okay. 1 week later, one week later, the wife and the child are released from the hospital. They go back home. One big happy family. They restart the normal lives. He starts going to work. The wife starts getting okay and the life starts. But 2 weeks later, the wife realized that fine, she felt very uncomfortable. She had this constant backache, back pain. So she was wondering, why do I have this back pain? And she noticed she had a big scar behind her back. She was wondering, what is the scar all about? Chakkar kya hai? And why this pain so much? Fine, they've given her the medicines, but why this pain so much? So she went to her regular family doctor along with the husband. And the husband explained the whole case. Then the doctor said, was it a normal delivery or a cesarean? The husband said, it's a normal delivery. Then the husband said, but the doctor said there's a complication, that's why we have to do a surgery. So they did a surgery. So doctor asked, like, did you go to this hospital for the surgery, for the delivery? The husband said, yes, we went there. So doctor gives him a news. The doctor said, when your wife was delivering the baby was fine. It was a natural delivery. But after the baby was delivered, they pulled your wife's kidney also out. That was a surgery these guys did. So just imagine, along with the baby, the wife's kidney was also pulled out. Welcome to incredible India. Woman accuses Bareilly hospital of removing a kidney. This is one of the worst violations of privacy. How can somebody violate your body? How can somebody pull out stuff from your body without you knowing? This is what is called bodily integrity. Nobody can, look at the words here, Nobody, look at this. Private takes account right of each individual to have integrity of his or body protected. This body is the most important part. Nobody can violate this body. That's why we have Geneva Conventions. I may be a prisoner of war. I cannot be tortured. Police cannot brutalize my body. Why do we have habeas corpus as a writ? The purpose of habeas corpus is to protect your body. Because this is the most important part you have. No body, no life. Can you have a life without this body? No. So the purpose of privacy is to protect your body. Bodily integrity, body. That's the first purpose of privacy. That's why rape is violation of bodily privacy. That's why we are so protective about privacy that when you stand in a crowded bus, you stand like this in a crowded bus. Why? Because you don't like anybody touching you. You want to protect your body. First aspect of privacy, bodily privacy. Body. And that's what this is, bodily integrity. The word is bodily integrity. Copy that. That's the first applied issue. Surprised about UP? We had this case in Faridabad also 2 years back. One old man, 50-year man, I think in Faridabad, he went for a hip surgery. His kidney was also pulled out. It's quite scary to go for surgery nowadays. If you don't know the hospital, anyway, no disrespect to doctors, but there are some black sheeps like this. First dimension of privacy. And please remember to write bodily privacy. Your body needs to be protected. Your body should not be violated. Police brutality is about violation of your body, torture, all that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Can I go to the next one? Some of you look very shocked. Some of you sent me, oh my God, messages. Because you never expected India to be so incredible. Boss, that was not India, that was UP. Okay, chalo. You know, you guys are so lucky to live in this part of the world where nothing like that happens. You guys should be grateful to God. Okay, anyway, let's go to the next one. Okay, now one more situation. We'll have some fun. Are you okay for a situation? You can keep your pen, paper aside. It's going to take 10-15 minutes now. It'll be great fun. And I want serious answers now. National interest versus honesty. Look at the words. National interest versus honesty. Fair enough. That was easy to understand. You could make a choice. Okay, national interest comes first. Fair enough. Okay, now the question is, will you compromise with your bodily privacy in the name of national interest? Bodily privacy. Bodily privacy in the name of national interest. Yes or no? Yes means raise hands. No means don't raise hands. I'm waiting. Nobody. Pakka? Okay. I have only one person saying yes. Okay. Okay. I have Chandra Mohan also typing. Okay. Oh. Okay. No. Military men does it for national security. It's sort of a military men or not military. I just had a small question. Will you compromise with your bodily privacy in the name of national interest? Bodily privacy. Okay. Let me give you a situation. Right. Listen. Chalo, I got your responses. Let me give you a response. Let me give you a story here. 9/11 Mumbai attacks. I repeat, 9/11 Mumbai attacks. Again, you guys are not listening. I said 9/11 Mumbai attacks. Fools. Tube lights. Poor listeners. What should I call you? Mentally switched off, right? You're so much into the story, completely switched off. Okay, 9/11 was Twin Tower attacks. It's not Mumbai attacks, Twin Tower attacks. So I'll take you to the US. 9/11 Twin Tower attacks. And that was the first ever time US mainland was directly attacked. During World War II also, US mainland was never touched. It was Hawaii and the fringes, not US mainland. New York, Washington was never touched. And once that attack happened, US became very, very sensitive about national security. Very sensitive. Very sensitive. And they wanted to ensure that US is protected. Mainland is protected. They appointed a committee to study the whole problem. And the committee was given the power to make suggestions also. I hope you know in Government of India also we have committees to study a problem. And this committee studied the whole problem and they gave suggestions also. Briefly, what the committee said is, the issue is people coming from outside into US. What they said is people coming from outside, they come, they carry out the terrorist act and then they leave the country. So what they said was, if you have to protect US, you have to control people who are coming from outside. And controlling people from outside means controlling airport. Controlling people from outside means controlling the ports. Ports can be easily controlled because it's the locations are such. Airports are very difficult to control because airports has a lot of people traveling. A lot of people come to airports. And US airport has a high traffic volume. So the committee gave a recommendation. Committee said, you know something, if you have to control airport, you cannot check every passenger. You cannot. It's very difficult. So what the committee suggested was a solution. Listen to the solution. And what the committee suggested was, let's create a ramp, a walkway in the airports, ramp to walk. And on both sides of the ramp, let's put a one-way mirror. One-way mirror means passenger cannot see on the other side. But a person sitting on the other side can monitor the passenger. One-way mirror. So what the committee recommended was, let's create a ramp and let's put one-sided mirror. On the other side of the mirror, let's put a full body X-ray machine. I repeat, full body X-ray machine. And behind the X-ray machine will be a police wala. And the policeman will be monitoring the full body X-ray machine. In other words, a passenger is walking and the passenger thinks it's a glass. He or she doesn't know that on the other side, there is a policeman using a full body X-ray machine looking inside the clothes. Just imagine somebody is looking inside your clothes. Great fun, right? And you don't even know about it. You think I'm joking? No, I'm not joking, boss. Look at this. Full body X-ray machines. Violation of bodily privacy. Can you imagine somebody is looking inside your body? Acha, you should try this out. You should try this out. Next time when you go to airport to take a flight, act little funny. Little funny. The CSF constable will come, they'll frisk you. Again, act little funny. They'll use a metal detector. Again, act little funny. They'll take you to a room and they'll do something called strip search. Strip search means they'll make you take off your clothes and search you. Bodily privacy. Abdul Kalam Sahib was strip searched once in US. Shah Rukh Khan, Bollywood actor, was strip searched twice in US. Where is your bodily privacy? India also it happens. You go to any airport, you will see a pat down room. They'll write a word. There's a room, and at top of it they'll write pat down room. That means that's a room they use for strip search. Oh, I should tell you this. You're all very this thing. Look at this. Why I'm discussing this is MHA. Recently in Parliament, 84 airports to install body scanners by March 2020. Boss, 84 airports in India already have full body scanners. So that means somebody is watching you in the airport. Now what? Will you compromise with your bodily privacy? I have a solution. Next time onwards, travel by train. Nobody will see your clothes. Best solution. Or travel by bus. Or don't travel at all. Stay in Chennai. Oh, I should tell you this also. One more. Okay. You haven't given me an answer. Will you compromise? Look at this. So much happening. Acha, this is important for next year's exam, 2021, because this issue will come in Parliament again. Because the pandemic happened, farm loss happened, and everybody got distracted. Otherwise, look at this. 84 airports, and by next year it will be there in all more airports. Body scanners. Okay. All well, Arvind? Okay, I'll tell you one incident here. A 6-month-old pregnant lady. A lady was 6 months pregnant. She was flying from Guwahati to Delhi along with her husband. Her behavior was very suspicious. Very suspicious. I hope you know something. When you go to airport, if you notice the CISF people, they are trained to look for such activity because their job is to secure the airport. So that some of the lady officers there, they found this lady's behavior very suspicious. Very suspicious. So they checked her. Manually they checked her. They were not convinced. And since the lady was pregnant, they could not do the X-ray thing. Why? Because X-rays can harm the fetus. So this lady was taken to a room and was strip searched. She was made to take off all her clothes. Then they searched her. The lady officers. It happened Guwahati Airport. And at that moment, the lady did not say, they all cooperated. The husband also did not say anything. But once they came back to Delhi, they wrote a Facebook post about the whole experience. That how it was insulting to be stripped by lady officers. Even though in private also. They made a big post about it. And you know, these posts has a tendency to go viral. And it went little viral. And you don't believe me? Look at this. Pregnant woman strip search in Guwahati Airport to verify pregnancy. It happened. And when this post got viral, 2 days later, MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, they controls the airport. They came out with a wonderful post in Facebook itself. They replied. And the reply was something like this. They said, we don't like to touch people. We don't like to strip people. Look at the words. They said, we don't like to touch people. You know, when you go to the airport, they touch you, they frisk you. They said, we don't enjoy touching you. We don't like to strip you also. We do this to ensure your safety. So you decide your life comes first or privacy comes first. Interesting? Your life comes first. They are doing this to save your life. Now what? Life or privacy? All of you were in privacy. Look at what they changed the whole course of the thing. They said, we are doing this in the name of your life. Our job is to protect you along with the national interest. So my job is to protect your life, not your privacy. So which side are you on? Life or privacy? Life, yes, of course. Life or privacy? All of you have changed suddenly now. I am with life. You're not alive, what's the point of privacy? If you're dead, what will you do with your life, privacy? So, yes, everybody's gone with life. I hope you understood the issue now. And please watch out for parliamentary debates. You will have this debate coming up. Thanks to farm laws and thanks to pandemic, the discussion didn't happen. But in future, it's going to happen because by next year, we want to ensure all the major airports are covered. All the major airports. Because we are very proactive when it comes to security now. Life. Okay. Second dimension of privacy. Achha, all of you are adults? You don't have to look at yourself. You can answer my question. Whenever I ask you such question, everybody starts looking at themselves. You don't have to verify that you're an adult. You're all adults, right? You're voting citizens, 18 plus, all adults. Okay. I have a question for all of you. Now, as an adult, your parents you're an adult, right? Marriageable age. So once you attain marriageable age, your parents can arrange your marriage. That's what happens in India. They arrange your marriage. But they can they ask you questions about your sexual behavior? No, stop staring at me. Can they ask you about your sexual choices? No. Second dimension is privacy of personal behavior. Personal. In other words, sexual preference, nobody can ask you about that. Nobody can. Nobody can. Nobody can ask you about your reproductive choices. But in India, it's a big issue. A couple gets married and for 2 years, if they don't have a baby, people will start asking questions. Why? What is happening? Why are you bothered? I'm sure as individuals, we have this much control. It's our choice, right? Nobody should ask you questions. Nobody. Even your parents don't have the right to ask you questions. If somebody is a gay or a lesbian, it's perfectly fine. It's about them. No, don't ask any questions. Don't. Sexual preferences. Okay, next one. Political activities. Nobody can ask you about your political activities. Nobody can. It's complete freedom. Complete freedom. Until unless it becomes anti-national or you violate a law. I repeat, you violate. Otherwise, nobody can question you here. Nobody can. That's what is personal behavior. And last one. Religious practices. Nobody can ask you about the gods you pray. Nobody can question you about the prayers you say. Nobody can. It's all privacy. It's privacy of behavior. Privacy of behavior. All okay, Arvind? Second dimension of privacy. Second dimension. And you know, this thing has become big now thanks to all the LGBTQ that you see in newspapers. That's why today we start talking about this. Nobody can ask anybody these questions about sexual choices, sexual preference. It's all individual. It's all up to you. Nobody can ask you questions here. Okay, third dimension of privacy. This is important. Third one. Third dimension. Okay. You guys are seriously amazingly lucky to be living in this era, 2021. Because you guys have mobile phones. There's so much there's so many ways you can personally communicate without anybody. There are multiple personal communication channels. But when I was in college, we never had that. When I was in college, we had the landline phones only. Landline phones. And I'm sure you all know that during those days, there was one landline phone which used to be kept in the drawing room. And we used to have extensions in other rooms. I hope you know that. Landline, one main line and extension to other rooms. So even my house, we had the same thing. Main phone and the extension was there. One in my room and one in my brother's room. We had that extension. And one day I came back from college and I finished my lunch and I went to my room. And I was about to take an afternoon nap. And suddenly the phone rang. I just picked up my phone. On the other side was my girlfriend. And since she called up, we started, you know, what at that age, what do you talk? You talk all romantic crap. So for 30, 35 minutes, we spoke all that romantic crap. And after maybe around 45 minutes, after that, I just came out all happy, glowing. I just came out. Obviously, you talk to your girlfriend, you are thrilled. Oh, you just came out. I just came out all glowing. And the moment I came out of the room, I noticed my mom was standing. I said, fine, my mom was standing. And I could see that my mom was looking at me in a very wicked manner. She had that wicked look about her. I said, what the hell is this? Then she said in Hindi, I'll translate for you. She said, I didn't know my son is such a romantic. I said, what was that? Then I realized that she heard every bit of my talk in the other phone, connected phone. She picked up the call in the drawing room and she heard 35 minutes of my romance. Can you imagine how I would have felt? I said, Mom, this is not done. And you know what she said? She said, as a mother, I should know what my son is doing. I said, come on, this is not something you should know. No, I should know. And the worst thing she did, after 15 minutes, she called up her sister. That is my Masi. She told all to her sister. That is my Masi. By evening, everybody in my family knew my romantic life. So can you imagine how violated I must have felt? Now my question to all of you is, can your parents violate your privacy like this? If you allow, can they violate it? My mother did that big time. And right now, there's a big war going on between my wife and my elder daughter. I'll tell you what. My wife has been sending Instagram requests to my elder daughter. And my elder one says she doesn't actually, she denies the request. And they both are fighting. My elder one says, Mom, why do you have to follow me on Instagram? My wife says, as a mother, I want to know what you're doing on Instagram. You think it's right? That is what this is. Privacy of personal communication. Don't you think you have some privacy? Can your parents violate your personal communication? Do they have the right? In India, the problem is the mothers and the fathers think, oh, I have a right. No. That's why I said you guys are very lucky. After that day, I became very smart. I disconnected the main line itself. I connected it to my phone in my room itself. Period. By the time my mom realized, it was a little late. But the point is, even I'll find a way out because personal communication. That's why it's happening between my wife and my elder one. Instagram. Oh, all of you will have multiple Instagram. One for the family, one for your personal use. Some of you have multiple Facebook accounts also. Why? Because you're protective about this, personal communication. Okay, copy this. Individuals should be able to communicate among themselves using various media without being monitored by other person. Without being monitored. It can be a family also. It can be a family also. In Marcel movie also the same scene. What is the scene? Naveen, what is the scene? Maybe I can use it. I can use the scene. What is the scene? I have heard about the movie because it was a little bit of controversy also, but what is the scene? Okay. All right, all right. Thanks, Naveen. Thanks. I got it. Thanks, Naveen. And the last one. And the last one. Fourth dimension. Fourth dimension. Okay, Naveen, thank you. I got it. I got it. Probably I can use that as a case study also in one of the classes to explain things. Okay, last dimension, fourth dimension. Fourth dimension. Can you tell me what is Google's business? How does Google make money? How does Facebook make money? Any idea? A lot of your techies here. So how do they make money? Advertisements? Are you serious? Advertisements? Okay, Ramesh, thank you. Ads, ads, ads. That's a mistake. Google makes money not by ads. Google makes money by selling you. I'll give an example. Most of you haven't understood what's Facebook business, Google's business is. Let me tell you. If you notice something, okay, just a small example. When I give you a break now, I'll give you a break in 5-10 minutes. When I give you a break, just open your smartphone, just open a browser. It can be Safari or it can be Chrome, whatever. Just open a browser and just type Delhi Lucknow flights. Just type Delhi Lucknow flights, random Delhi Lucknow flights. And once Google gives you the results, it will give you in milliseconds, the results will be there. Close the browser, close it. And reopen the browser and log into your email. Please remember your email is password protected. Password protected. Log in your email. And the moment you log into your email, as you open your inbox, on the right hand side, you'll see a small ad running from Make My Trip or Clear Trip. Cheap Delhi Lucknow flights. How did that happen? How did Make My Trip know that you are looking for those flights? Because Google sold it to them. Google sells you without you knowing it. You searched on Google, without telling you, Google sold it to them. So Google makes money by this. Every single word that you type on Google is data for them. Every single. For example, the moment you type UPSC, Google knows you're unemployed youth looking for a job. So that's why you'll see all job-related ads coming into your mobile. Yes, they do that. I will not log into UPSC website. Google does that. Facebook also does that. They sell you. And the worst thing is they sell your data without you knowing it also. I'll tell you one more thing. I'll tell you one very horrible thing which Facebook does. Suppose if you log into an online bank and when you do a net banking, when you're doing net banking online on a browser, and you have a Facebook page open, Facebook has cookies to look into your financial details. Facebook looks into financial data. Suppose if you have two browser windows open, one is on your net banking and one is Facebook. And Facebook has cookies. I hope you know what cookies are. I don't know how many of you know about IT things. They place cookies on your browser itself. And that cookie will collect data, financial data also. What bank, which city, what are you doing? Is it personal banking? Is it what? Is it a saving account? They'll pick up all the data without you knowing. That's why it's scary. This is the last part. That's the reason every country in the world wants to control these guys. Because these guys are a nuisance. They can rig any election. They can mess with your life. Big time. Big time. That's why Elon Musk said AI is the biggest problem. That's why I'm sure you know about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not a great fan of Facebook and all these guys because they can be very dangerous. Why? Because they do this. That's a business. And therefore, this is privacy of what data? Personal data. India is slowly waking up now. Slowly waking up. I hope you know you've been following newspapers. 2 days back, Government of India has come out with a statement saying that they want to control Twitter now, regulate Twitter. Why they want to regulate it? Because the information these guys collect and they spread. They can do anything right now. They are so scary. Especially Facebook. Especially Facebook. Look at the way they want to control WhatsApp. I'm sure that they had a backlash. You know about that, right? WhatsApp privacy thing, we'll collect data. That controversy. So the point what I'm saying is you don't control over your own data. They control it. That's the worst thing. They sell it behind your back. For your exam, the first one is important. By the time you take your exam this year, when you're taking your October mains or November mains, whenever the mains is there, you would have forgotten the important things. First one is bodily privacy is important one. Why? Because we are planning to install body cameras or body scanners in airports. That's why that will be an important one. Bodily privacy. Plus, we have had issues on police brutality. I'm sure in Tamil Nadu we had cases of police brutality. So that's again bodily privacy. I repeat, bodily privacy, important one. Okay, you guys want a break? No break? It's 5:15, so you want a break now? No break? तुमको तो कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता बॉस. मालिक लोग वहां हैं, बड़े मालिक. Okay. Okay, Nishit says yes, please. Okay, most of you say yes, please. Okay. Only one person says no break. Rest of you says yes, please. Okay, Cambridge Analytica case. Yes, 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 yes. Got it. Okay, I'll give you a break. So it's 5:15. So what time? Half an hour, 20 minutes. You decide. Half an hour, 20 minutes. Helen, what do you say? Half an hour, 20 minutes. Okay. No, I have messages. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay. We are starting exactly at 5:40. It's 5:15, 5:40. So by 5:35, log in. Come back by 5:35. If you all are there, I'll start. I repeat, 5:35, I'll start if all of you are there. Otherwise, 5:40, I'm starting for sure. Okay, guys, I'll see you. Take a break and come back. Okay, Helen seems to be having a headache. Yeah, I could see you rubbing your forehead with Vicks, I guess. Okay, I didn't know that class was so taxing. Okay, hi guys, welcome back. Right, so we can start and have you guys joined us? Because I'm about to start because a lot of them are still missing in action. Do we have GDPR kind to protect these? No, we don't have anything like that to protect. Okay, right, so we continue. Hi, okay, Padmini, you are there. Okay, everybody is back, so we can start now. And right, so yes, all of you look refreshed or tired? Refreshed, okay. Right. And next, we are talking about ethical rights. Now let's go to the next right. We finished with privacy. Let's go to the next one. And now we talk about free expression. Look at the words, right to free expression. As a human being, I need to express myself. It's a very basic right. Very basic right. Leave out the constitution. Very basic right. If I am a human being, I will express myself. If I am a human being, I would like to express myself. Right to free expression. And when I say expression, it can be about anything. It can be in form of art. It can be in form of words. It can be in form of cinema. Anything to express our own selves. Okay, copy that. Right to free expression. Okay. Now, okay. Wait. I'll tell you two situations now. Follow this. Can you guess the man here? Rishi will be able to guess. Manmohan Singh, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Right, Rishi? Pranab Mukherjee? Who's this guy? Can you guess? Okay, Nasik is a big clue. Okay, the man on your screen is Balasaheb Thackeray. Balasaheb Thackeray. Late Balasaheb Thackeray. He was a Shiv Sena leader. And yes, Bal Thackeray. Yeah, okay, most of you got it. Okay, Chandramohan, thank you. Okay, all of you got it. Fair enough. Now, let me take you there. Balasaheb Thackeray was a Shiv Sena leader. He was a politician. And a lot of you don't know that before he became a politician, he was a cartoonist. He started his career as a journalist. He was a cartoonist. And very few outside Maharashtra know that he had this talent of mimicking. He was a wonderful mimic. He could copy anybody. And Balasaheb was a very talented man. He was a wonderful artist also. And these were election times. Look at the years, 1990. These were election times. Election was on. And there was an election rally in Nasik. 40,000 people in the grounds. Massive crowd. It was a hot day, 40,000 people in the ground. And Balasaheb was addressing them. And Balasaheb had a habit of talking only in Marathi. He never used any other language, only Marathi. Only Marathi. He knew how to speak in Hindi and English, but he never spoke in that. Only Marathi. Only Marathi. So he started giving the speech. He was speaking in Marathi. And he was talking about Congress, the opposite party. He was criticizing Sharad Pawar like anything. He was abusing rather. From Sharad Pawar, he shifted to Sonia Gandhi. One more pet hate he had, Sonia Gandhi. And when he was talking about Sonia Gandhi, he suddenly stopped at mid-frame. Stopped. And he went to the center table, picked up a towel. And after picking up a towel, covered his head like this. You can see he had just covered his head like this. And he covered his head and he started giving a speech again. Now, everybody thought he covered the speech because it was hot, so that's why he covered his head. So when he started giving the speech, he was still talking politics, but there was a slight difference. The difference was, can you imagine Sonia Gandhi speaking in Marathi? Can you imagine Sonia Gandhi speaking in Marathi? You cannot. But this man, Balasaheb Thackeray, for the next 20 minutes, he was speaking in Marathi as if Sonia Gandhi will speak in Marathi. Can you imagine? He mimicked Sonia Gandhi as if Sonia Gandhi speaking Marathi. That's why the head is covered like this, because Sonia Gandhi covers the head like this. For next 20 minutes, it was pure entertainment. He was talking politics, complete entertainment. And when the rally got over, everybody went back home happy, entertained. But next day morning, all the newspapers across Maharashtra were critical of Balasaheb. They were criticizing Balasaheb. In fact, Sharad Pawar and the Congress decided to take him to court. But Balasaheb said next day in the press conference, Balasaheb said, "This is my freedom of expression." So, ethically speaking, was he right or was he wrong? Listen to my question. Ethically speaking, was he right or was he wrong? This whole idea of mimicking Sonia Gandhi, was it right, was it wrong? Freedom of expression, what do you say? Sahi hai galat hai? Both. Okay, Vamsi says wrong. Vamsi says wrong, what else? Is he right or wrong? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, wrong, okay, wrong, fair enough. Okay. If this is wrong, fine. Most of you say it's wrong, it's politics, it's all wrong, fine. If this is wrong, this kind of freedom of free expression, if this is wrong, what is wrong here? That's a movie poster of Amir Khan picture, PK. What is wrong here? Is anything wrong? Rishi, anything wrong? Anusha, anything wrong? Doctor, anything wrong? Doctor, good evening. Doctor, I get to see you now. Doctor, good evening. Helen, anything wrong here? What? You said this is this wrong? Okay. You know, when I say freedom, okay, listen, relax. Now, when I say right to free expression, it has three parts. Content, intent. Your content has to be right, your intent has to be right, and the effect has to be positive. Content, intent, effect, three things. Okay. In Balasaheb's speech, content was right. He was talking politics. The words were right, but his intention was wrong. I repeat, his intention was wrong. That's where the effect was negative. If you look at Amir Khan's poster, the content is wrong. This is not right content. The intent is right. He's trying to promote a picture. Fine, the intention is right, but the content is not wrong. Content is not right. So that's why in ethics, we always use these three words: content, intent, and effect. Content, whatever words you use, whatever pictures you use, content, that has to be right. Intention also has to be right. I repeat, intention also has to be right. Last one is effect. For example, recently there's a case going on where a stand-up comic was arrested in Bhopal for abusing or making fun of Hindu gods. I'm sure you must be following it in the case. Now people are talking law and everything, but bottom line is, ethically speaking, he has no right to use such content and hurt somebody's sentiments. I hope you understand the point. Just because I can speak doesn't mean you use words that harm others. You use words that hurt other people. Content has to be right, intent has to be right, and effect has to be positive, not negative. Copy the three words and remember it always. Content, intent, and effect. Don't use constitutional law here. It's simple ethics. The words you use has to be right, your intention has to be right, and the last one, effect, has to be positive. What will all the stand-up comics do otherwise? Yeah, the problem with stand-up comics is you can be responsible. Stand-up comic doesn't mean that you abuse religion. There are a lot of things you can talk about. Oh, even I used to do stand-up once in a while. Even now I get a chance, I do open mic, but I never get into that religion bit. There are a lot of other things you can talk about. One of my favorite stand-up comic theme was Valentine's Day. I used to roast Valentine's like anything. Oh, it's fun, right? He should not criticize women. Okay, now you got it. Okay, makes sense. Okay, once you copy, let me know, boss. And circle the 3 words and remember the 3 words: content, intent, and effect. 2 big rights, and both are in news. Privacy is also in news. This is also in news. And there's always be an issue with both the rights. Always, always, always. Okay. Asha, when I say content, intent, okay. I'll use one more example here. Twitter is in news for one reason in India right now, because of Rihanna's tweet. I hope you know who Rihanna is. After the Twitter thing, people who didn't know her in India also started knowing her. Right? Now, she just tweeted one sentence: why are we not talking about this? Simple. Why are we not talking about this? Content. Perfectly right. The question was the intent. Everybody picked on the intent. And I still feel Government of India overreacted. It's just a pop star making a statement. How does it matter to us? And the moment we responded, it became a big story. But anyway, why I'm telling you this is because this will be important for exam. Right to free expression and privacy. It's always there in news in India for one reason or the other. Okay, so we're done with this. Let's go to the next area now. Relevance. Is ethics relevant? Nishchit, I think I'm seeing you right now. Where were you earlier? You're on WhatsApp with me, that's it. My Junjunwala is here. Okay, chalo. You're not on video? Okay. I thought you were on video, sorry. Right, so relevance. Is ethics relevant in our daily lives? That's a question. Now follow this. This is Albert Camus. He's a French philosopher and a writer. And he captured this wonderfully. He said, man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world. Without ethics, we human beings are nothing but wild beasts. Without ethics, we are nothing but wild beasts. Wonderfully said. Copy that. And I'm going to explain this. This quotation can come in your exams. Wonderful words. Man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world. Now, you guys watch KBC quite often in your... Have you heard of Kaun Banega Crorepati, KBC? Even IPS officers start winning KBC nowadays. Everybody starts winning now. Let me see. Are you fit enough to go for KBC? Let me see. Can I test your KBC quotient? Let's see. Can you guess this person? Who's this person? If we can guess this, you're surely worthy of going to KBC. Don't Google. Can you tell me who the person is? I want answers. Chandramohan, yes, you are visible. Chandramohan. Where are you, Chandramohan? Which window are you in? Chandramohan? You can raise your hands, please. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. Thanks. Yeah, I can see you. Nobody here is fit to go for KBC. You can't guess this man? Can you guess this man? Somebody says huge rose. Okay. Oh, some of you guessed it. One of you guessed it. Aditya Karthik guessed it. Aditya Karthik, you guessed it. Okay. Somebody else also guessed it. Okay. Helen also guessed it. Helen, very smart. Okay. The man on your screen is General Dyer, man behind Jallianwala Bagh. Yeah, Chandramohan, you got it right. Okay. Yeah, of course. General Dyer. He was a very intelligent, educated man. General. Where is his ethics? He acted like a beast. Just imagine circling the poor guys and just telling just ordering them to shoot. Where is his sense of ethics? That is why Albert Camus said this, wild beast. He actually acted as a beast. And it's not that he was illiterate. He was a general. He was a general. You can't even imagine a human being acting like this. Okay, recently in Badaयूं is in UP, my favorite state. I hope there's nobody from UP here. You'll take it personally because I keep picking on UP. And I don't think there's anybody from UP here, so I can keep picking on UP. Recently in Badaयूं, and listen to this, in Badaयूं, there was this man, married man. He suspected his wife of adultery. He suspected that his wife is having an affair. One day when he was home, his wife came a little late. She had gone out for shopping. She had come late. She got late and she came in late. He started questioning. And he was not very convinced by the answers. And what he does, he gets angry. First, he beats the wife up, expecting her to tell the truth. But she didn't do anything like that. So she kept saying, I had gone to the market. But he was not convinced. In anger, he killed her. After killing her, he was not happy. He cut her head apart. Can you imagine, after killing her, he just sawed her head apart. And then also he was not happy. He carried her head through the streets of Badaयूं. Yes, he's holding the head here. And he walked to the police station with the head in hand. He dropped the head at the police station, the constable's table, along with the weapon. What kind of a beast a person can be? If you are a human being, you cannot act like a beast like this. And that's his own wife. Very recently, again in UP, a couple had four girls. The wife was pregnant for the fifth time. The husband was a farmer. He did not have enough money to get an ultrasound done to check the baby's fetus. And it's illegal also. So he didn't want one more girl child. So to ascertain whether the lady is, whether she has a boy or a girl, he cut open the wife's stomach. UP. So where is this? Oh, forget all this, forget all this. Some of you are holding it, oh my God. UP is a state in India and you may have a posting there. Better be careful, watch out, it'll be fun. You need to have a heart to go to UP. Okay, anyway. Now look at this man. I'll share one more story here. Ethics and Savage. 1762, 5 years after Battle of Plassey. 1762, English East India Company. I hope you know that. There was a bank. A bank was established in London called Barings Bank. 1762. It was one of the oldest of the banks in the world. And it was supposed to be a very stable bank. This man, sitting in Singapore office of Barings Bank in 1995, he gambled billions of dollars. Yes, gambled billions of banks' money. Billions. And he covered all. He was so smart that he was not caught. And finally the bank collapsed. The bank is not there at all now. People lost their lives. People lost their jobs. Bank completely collapsed. Billions of dollars washed away. Nick Leeson, very intelligent banker. He was just 28 years old. There's a later picture after he coming out of the jail. 28 years old. Smart financial man. Gambled, destroyed a bank that was there in 1762. That is why we need to understand that ethics is extremely relevant in our lives. If you want to act like a human being, you need to understand ethics. And since all of you, right from day one, right from yesterday, I've been telling you, all of you are coming into public service, it's a very responsible job. So that's why the question in UPSC also was this: what ethics seeks to promote in human life? 2014, relevance. Look at the next one. Explain how ethics contributes to social and human well-being. 2016. So you should need to understand the relevance of ethics. Relevance of ethics. So you had two questions, 2014, 2016. After that, we never had a question on relevance. So that's a question here. You want to copy the question? Or should I go to the next one? Karoge? Achha, theek hai. The one who answered was another Helen. Okay, I have two Helens here. I didn't know that. I didn't know, Helen, you have a clone also. So which Helen has a headache? One Helen has an headache. I don't know which Helen has a headache. The one who's texting me or one who's not texting me? I don't know. Okay, you don't have a headache? Okay, fine, Helen, great. So the other Helen has a headache. Who's in front of me? Okay. The recent occult in Andhra can also be taken as an example. Yes. Recent occult case that happened in Andhra that can also be taken as an example. There are a lot of such cases. Okay, one more reason. Let me tell you the secret. Why I keep picking on UP is because that's my field area. There are three states I study very well. One is Rajasthan, one is UP, and one is Maharashtra. These three states I travel, I do a lot of field work. So that's why a lot of my stories and cases come from these three states. Was Rajasthan bhi kafi mein karta hu kaam. Okay, last one. Relevance of ethics. Relevance of ethics. I'm going to give you 4 points. Elaborate that in the exam. 4 points only. 4 points. And I'm going to use a book by Hugh Follett. You don't have to read this book. Sorry, I start getting in Hindi mode. You don't have to read this book. But I'm going to use the book for answering this question. Hugh Follett wrote a book, The Practice of Ethics. Look at the words. Practice of ethics. That means ethics has to be practiced. If you notice something, right from the time I start my lecture, I have been focusing on the word practice. Practicing honesty. Practicing commitment. Ethics has to be practiced. And once you become officers, also learn to apply ethics in your profession. That's why we're teaching you this. Practice. And why ethics is relevant is, first point is this. It improves how you live. Let me tell you something. To live, you need to have principles, not money alone. Vijay Mallya has a lot of money. but look at the way he's living. It's not money. To live, you need to have principles also. You need to have values also. It improves how we live. It improves how you live. That's why ethics is important. It improves. It improves your life. It improves your relationship. It improves you a lot. Okay, next one. It enriches your life and lives around you. It improves your life. It enriches your life. It adds value to your life and to people around you. Why? Because it improves relationships. I repeat, it improves relationships. That's why it says around us. It improves relationships. Once you finish, please let me know. Okay, done. Let's go to the third point. Third one is this. Now look at this. Now, ethics helps you in serious moral dilemmas. I repeat, serious moral issues. In your life, you will have moral issues. In your life, you will face moral dilemmas. It helps you in facing those issues. It helps you in facing those issues. So that's why we talk about ethics. It helps you deal with moral aspects of life, moral dilemmas of life. I repeat, moral dilemmas of life. Look at the words. Making an effort to live ethically throughout life will help when we are faced with serious moral issues. Ethics will help you in facing serious moral issues. Copy that. Where is Arvind? Arvind has gone. Okay, once done, let me know. Finished. I don't think anybody has finished. All of you are still writing. All right. Next slide. Can I go to the next slide, guys? Last one. Now, this is my favorite one. Respecting other human being. When you practice ethics, that means you're respecting other human being. Listen to my words. Respecting human beings. Like, I respect all of you as a human being. When you respect other human being, you show concern for others. Practicing ethics means respecting other human beings. And respecting other human beings means you're showing concern for others. And without concern for others, you are nothing but a beast. I repeat my words. If you don't show concern to others, that means you're nothing but a wild beast. Minus concern for others, we are nothing but beast as implied by Camus. If you don't, seriously, if you're not concerned about other person, that means you're not a human being at all. As a human being, I have to show concern for other person. As a human being, I have to show respect for other person. Otherwise, I'm nothing but a beast. Okay. Oh, somebody new has joined me. A lady has joined me. Hi, good evening. Okay. May I proceed to the next one? We are going to a new topic now. Second area of ethics. I've done with essence. Now we are shifting to determinants of ethics. Determinants, second topic. Second topic of ethics. Okay. Now let me make your job a little easy here. Probably I'll give you a happy news or a bad news. I don't know how you'll take it. My course goes in two levels. One, right now I'm doing all the foundation courses. This is the foundation. And if you qualify your prelims, you'll be taking your mains in the month of October. Before you take your mains also, I have one more round of ethics classes with all of you for 4 days or 5 days. That is to prepare you for the mains also. So that's why this is the foundation. I'm doing the whole syllabus, but I'll prepare you for mains also. And that will be only if you qualify your prelims. If you qualify your prelims, you'll see me again for one more round of course where I'll teach you again the important questions, how to write answers, and all that will go on again also. So don't worry, I will prepare you thoroughly for the paper. That's my responsibility. Is that okay? I know you don't want to see me again, but I'll surely make it a point to see me again before your mains also. Right. More stories, that's it. Okay, let's look at determinants of ethics. Determinants. In other words, what determines your ethics in a given situation? In other words, there's a topic. Which road leads you to being ethical? Which road? Which road? What road to take? To be ethical, should I do my duties? Just like Lord Ram did in Ramayana. To be ethical, should I produce results? Make money, success? To be ethical, should I develop my character? Which road? What road to take? To be ethical, what road should I take? To practice ethics, what road should I take? Should I take the road of duty? Should I take the road of duty? Should I take the road of duty? Obligations? If you look at the story of Shravan Kumar, he fulfilled his duty towards his parents. Duty. Right now, your parents expect you to do the duty as a son or a daughter. Do your duties. Is this the road I should take? Doing my obligation. Right now, do your duty as a student. Your duty as a student is study. So, what road should I take? Duty. One path is duty path. Path of duty. Path of duty. Second path is path of character. I develop my character, I become a good person. I develop my character, I become ethical. Character. Nelson Mandela. Character. Character. Third path, I produce results. I produce results. I'm a successful person, it's about results. So which path you want to take? To be ethical, what is the path to follow? To be ethical, is it about doing your duty? Is it about becoming a good person, or is it about producing results? I think you should ask your dad now. All of you sitting at home, you should ask your dad, Dad, to be ethical, which is the path? Dad will say, take this. You pass this exam, you're a good person, I'm not concerned. Which path? Chandramohan says 2. We'll explore all the 3. Duty, character, consequences. Copy the table, remember it. 3 paths. 3 paths. You have to take a path. You have to. What do you believe in? Let's see. We'll have fun. Achha, this is something which will be, you have to practice in case studies. You have to apply this in case studies. Case studies are all about taking a path. I repeat, case study is all about taking a path. What path to take out of these three? Okay. Please remember this table because I'm going to come back to this again and again. And question is this: which path is the right path to be ethical? To be ethical, you should take the path of duty. To be ethical, you should take the path of character, or to be ethical, you take the path of results. Which path leads you to be ethical? Which path? We'll explore all the three here. Right, let's go. Have you copied this, guys? Where is this question coming from? Who's this? Somebody I'm talking about determinants. Somebody says, please, sir, difference between ethical thinkers and philosophers. Who's this? I will be doing that later in class. So, hi, sir, what is moral issues? Moral issues are moral dilemmas. We'll talk about that a little later. Sir, moral issue means, for example, your friend tells you to lie. Will you lie or not? That's a moral issue. Oh, I'll give you moral. I'll settle on this, especially for someone wants to know what is a moral issue. I'll give an example. Tomorrow you have your end semester exam, and the exam is of discrete maths. You hate that paper called discrete maths, and suddenly tomorrow morning you have the paper, and you're all breaking your head around with that. This is especially for Saranand. At 8:30 after dinner, one of your hostel mates, one of your friend comes and knocks at the door, and he says, Saranand, I know your discrete maths is poor. Tomorrow the paper will be tough. I have the question paper with me. It will cost you 2,000 rupees. Should you buy the paper or not? Moral issue. And I know Saranand will buy the paper. Why? Because 2,000 rupees and discrete maths. Saranand, that is moral issue. I hope you got it now. These are issues we face in life, moral issues. Oh, somebody said, really, sir, I'm having semester exams tomorrow morning. Okay. Arun, so should I buy you papers? Saran says, no, sir, I'll not buy. Saran, so I hope you understood what is moral issue I'm talking about. Okay. Now, I'm giving you a choice. And I'm giving you a choice. What should I start first? There are three paths. Which path should I start first? Duty, character, consequence. Which one? It's up to you. I have to discuss all the three. Which one you want me to start first? Let's see. Which one? It's up to you. You guys tell me, I'll start that. Okay. Nishit says first one. Nishit says duty. Character. Okay. Vamsi says first one, duty, character. So it's a tie between duty and character. Okay. Character. Rini also says first one. Helen says character. Prashant says character. So kind of a tie here. Okay. Duty, character. And I think a lot of you want me to discuss character. Why? Something is wrong with your character? Something is wrong with your character? You lost your character somewhere? No? Are you sure? Then why is it you want me to talk about character? Because you're good with doing duties, right? Look at this. You're doing wonderful duty as a student right now. Okay. Chalo. Okay, as you wish, as you want me to discuss character, we'll talk about character. Character. Let's start with this. You wanted it, you got it. Okay. Rini, I'm so sorry. Rini, this is democracy. Everybody voted for character. Rini, I can't see you. The people who are in front of me, they kept showing this. I don't know whether it's victory sign or the second one, I don't know, but they kept doing this. Everyone almost. So that's why let's go with character. Okay. Character. Anyway, I'll come back to duty a little later also. Okay. Now, a question for all of you. I'll start with a question. What kind of officer you would like to be? Listen now. What kind of officer you would like to be? Officer of action or officer of character? It's an interview question. We often ask you this question in interview. What kind of a officer you would like to be? Character, action. What? Ramesh says action. Okay, Prashant says character. Okay, no compromise. Action of good character. No, that is rubbish. Saravanan, you can't do that. Character, action. Okay. Both. I want one. Both. I hate this both word. Are you a boy or a girl? You cannot say both, right? You pick one. Next time somebody says both, I'll kill you. You cannot be both, right? Pick one. Character or action? Okay, action. Okay, now the dude has picked out action. Okay. Why is it whenever we ask this question to any young people, officer of character, officer of action, almost 90% of them will go with the word action. Something is fundamentally wrong here. Probably you guys see a lot of these movies called Singham and Dabang and all these movies. So that's why you feel, oh, I have to be action oriented. Let me change the fundamentals a bit. Person comes first or action comes first? Human being comes first or action comes first? Rishi, what comes first? Human comes first or action comes first? It's a person who comes first. Why is it you're focusing on the action? It's a person. For me, person matters. That's why we focus a lot on character. If you notice something, UPSC exam last stage is personality test. I want to see you. I want to see you. Please remember one thing. Your character is a window to, if your character is good, your actions reflect that character. But the point is this. Oh, fine, actions are important, but what about this? You as a person is also important. So this approach does not focus on the word action. This approach focuses on the word character. You, that is the person. What kind of a person you are? What kind of a character you are? And this is the oldest approach in ethics. Listen to my words. This is the oldest approach in ethics. This approach is reflected in epics. Ramayana is about one person's character, Lord Ram. Mahabharata is about all kinds of character. You know, I love Mahabharata. For one reason, you will find every kind of character. Good, bad, ugly, obscene, every kind of character. Character. Even in Greece also, where ethics started, there also they focus a lot on character. The study of ethics began with character. Socrates spoke about character. Plato spoke about character. They were all interested in the person. You know, the problem is today's world. Today we are so action-oriented, we forget this importance of the word called character. We never take a character very seriously. But this approach is about the character part. And this approach was given a proper shape by this man. Arvind, that monitor is switched off. This approach was given a proper shape by this man. Aristotle. Aristotle. Yes, Socrates spoke about it, Plato spoke about it, but Aristotle was the man who wrote this book called Nicomachean Ethics. Nicomachean Ethics. And in this book, he, for the first time, put everything together, and this book is about this practical ethics of good character. Practical ethics of good character. So he was talking about how you can develop good character, the importance of good character. Importance of good character. Copy that? Yes, that's very smartly said, Sri Lakshmi. Action follows character. Yes, it makes sense. Kannan, good evening. This is the first time you're texting me, Kannan. Okay. Right. And please remember, Aristotle started this. Started this means he put the whole idea together and in a book form. So that's why we call him the pioneer in this. But actually, Plato also spoke about it. Socrates spoke about it. But he was the man who put it together completely. And he wrote this book, Nicomachean Ethics. And please remember one more thing. This is the oldest approach in ethics. Oldest. Not the latest. Oldest approach in ethics. Oldest. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a lot of questions now. I have done a lot of talking, so I'll keep asking a lot of questions now. Done, guys? Okay. Right. Now, Aristotle started his approach with one small question. One small question. And the small question is, what is good about you? I asked this question yesterday also. Communication is a skill, decision making is a skill, leave the skill part. That's your strength. What is good about you? Can you tell me 4 good things about you? 4 good qualities. Character is about qualities. So Aristotle started with this question, with this, what is good of man? What is good about you? Achha, one more thing. Every year we have New Year coming up. And whenever New Year starts, we make resolutions. Oh, I will lose weight this year. Everybody's resolution. That's without saying. That's why in India, gym membership goes up on the first week of January. Why? Because everybody wants to lose weight. I will study well this year. Why is it we make all those plans? We have a financial plan. We have all these plans. Why is it we never think in terms of developing one good character quality? I want to improve my community. Fine. Why not every year improve one character quality? Why not you make a resolve that this year I'll practice honesty throughout the year? Why is it we never take our character very seriously? A lot of you must have made the, I will crack this exam this year. Fine. How about you as a character? That's why when we ask this question, what is good about you? Nobody is able to answer this question because you never taken your character very seriously. And that's the same question he started with. What is good about you? And Aristotle said every human being needs to practice 4 qualities. Practice 4 qualities. First one, courage. Courage to become a good person. It takes an enormous amount of courage to become a good person. I hope, when you read Gandhi's, when you read about Mahatma Gandhi's movements, his life is full of courage. Why? Because look at the things he did. Just imagine the situation of Chauri Chaura. Recently, Chauri Chaura was in the news. That's why I'm talking about it. Non-cooperation movement, it's spreading all over the country. Suddenly, violence breaks out. He pulls back the movement. Why? Because he had the courage that, okay, it has to be non-violent, it has to be non-violent. Violence breaks out, I pull back. Courage. Next one, self-control. Self-control. Third one, generosity. Being generous with time, with money, with resources, helping others, generous. Why can't you help others? Last one, truthfulness. Truthfulness means saying the right things. He talks about 4 qualities. Copy that. I'll discuss this in detail also later. Voice not audible. Saravanan, problem is at your end. That's my engineer tells me here. How many are there? Okay. 3 people have left. Nice. Arvind, stop giving them recordings. Seriously, I'm not joking. Because you give recordings, they are sitting at home despite that they don't want it in classes. Had they been coming on regular basis, there was no recording, right? Then what? Don't give them recordings. I'll tell Chandru. Oh, Archana, hi. I was missing you. Where were you? Certainly, what happened? I saw you now. I said, what the hell is happening? How come you joining? Okay. So the problem is you're working. Okay. Right. Let's go to the next one. Archana, where's your mask today? Okay. I got it. Chalo. Let's go to the next one. Now, what does the word virtue mean? Virtue. I'm sure all of you in school must have given homework or classwork to teachers. And school teachers have this funny habit of leaving comments. Sorry, I hope there are no school teachers listening to this. They'll hate me for this. They have a funny habit of leaving comments. They'll write good. They'll write very good. Good. They write VV good, very, very good. Some of the teachers will say excellent. The day you get excellent, you're thrilled. Oh, excellent. You get excellent for handwriting, you're very happy. Virtue is also the same. Excellence in character. Excellence. What is excellent about you as a person? What is excellent about you as a person? Virtue means excellence. Interesting, right? Excellence in person. Not in your handwriting or maths. Excellent as a person. Virtue. And okay, copy this, then I'll explain it. Copy this, then I'll explain it. Some mostly working professional weekend batch. Sometimes we might have to miss classes for weekend shifts. The reason they provide us videos. Okay, fair enough. But Ranjita, a lot of them misuse it also. The problem is that working professionals understand. Even I'm a working professional. Working professionals fine, but a lot of them are not working professionals. Last evening, I got 2 interesting messages from your batch. And these 2 dudes said, sir, can you leave us at 6:30 tomorrow? and I didn't respond to that message. And I know why they want that 6:30 off. Can you just imagine somebody takes me 6:30 tomorrow, can you leave us? Don't send me such requests, because I will never compromise on these things. If you want to romance, fine. It's okay. But not at the cost of the class time. Okay. Have you copied this? Virtue is a trait of character displayed in habitual action. Copied? Okay, great. I have a question now. Okay. Ramesh, तुम्हारे लिए भी है खासकर. Okay, how many of you have attended job interviews? I know Archana has. How many of you? Okay. Chandra Mohan, okay. Okay, a lot of you have. Okay. Rishi, no? Okay. Padmini, yes, I do. Okay. Okay. Now, me, I had an interview. Okay, me, I do. Okay, fine, I had an interview. Okay. I have seen with kids of your age, with people of your age, I have noticed one thing, that when you go for a job interview, normally your interview lasts for 20 minutes or 15 minutes, not more than that. And if you qualify the interview, it's okay. But if you don't qualify the interview, you have this thing. How can somebody judge me in 15 minutes? So my question to you is it possible to judge a person's character in 15 minutes? Yes or no? Is it possible to judge a person's character in 15 minutes? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Sir, for me, 50 minutes in TCS. Oh, wow. You must be something special, Mageshwar. 50 minutes in TCS? Okay. Yes. Okay. A lot of you says no. Somebody, Rini says yes to an extent. No, sir. It's very based on situation. Okay. But educational qualification can be characterized. Okay. Yes, I guess it's possible. Okay. The problem with all of you is you underestimate the interview board. Let me share my experience. You are on the other side of the table. Let me share this side of the table. My side of the table. And whatever I'm telling you will be useful for UPSC interview also, because I'm telling you about my side of the table. Now, let me share something. This will be very interesting. Now, when you come for UPSC interview, there will be 4 people in the board. 4, sometimes 5 also. 4 people. Let's take 4 people, because 4 is the quorum here. And one person will be the chairperson. And everybody who's there in the board will have a minimum work experience of 25 years. Minimum. And some of them usually will have maximum more than 32 years of experience. So just imagine 4 people, each with 25 years of experience. So that means collectively they have 100 years of experience. How many years? 100 years. And what's your age? It's a very bad equation. Seriously, a very bad equation. You are sitting on the other side, and this side is 100 years of experience. And that side is 20-year-old dude. And you think you know them. Oh, come on. They would have seen lakhs of students like you. Okay, let me tell you a story here. This was, I don't remember the year, forgotten. This was a little long back. I was in Bhopal for an interview. And this was, MP government was hiring engineers on the basis of GATE score. I hope you know what a GATE is all about, GATE exam is all about. So they were hiring on the basis of GATE score. And this was a kind of a temporary post, and later it would have been made permanent. And so I was one of the panel members, and in my board there were 4 people, one the chairperson and 3 of us. And the chairperson of my board was a senior IAS officer, retired IAS officer. He was the chairperson. And fine, the interview started. Boys came in, kids came in, they went, and it went on. So finally this boy walked in. I liked him. Why I liked him was he had that pleasantness about him. You know something, when you go for an interview, you should have that pleasantness about you. Not that sad, no, pleasantness. He was a very pleasant character. He wished us very well. Hindi, he wished us in Hindi, and very pleasant about it. And the best thing was the way he was handling questions, was very confident. The best thing I liked about him was whenever we asked him a question and he didn't know the answer for it, technical question, if he didn't know an answer for it, he used to say, "Sir, I haven't studied about it." He never said, I didn't know. He used to say, I never studied about it. It made sense. In 4 years of engineering, how much can you study? So it made sense. So it was going smooth. Suddenly, the chairperson stopped him from answering and he said, can you show me your hands? So he showed his hands like this. He said, not like this, show it like this. He showed his hands like this. When he showed his hands like this, the chairperson held his fingers and looked at his fingers, and we all could see his fingernails were slightly overgrown, very little overgrown. Fingernails were slightly overgrown. And the chairperson asked him, when was the last time you clipped your nails? He asked him in Hindi, when was the last time you clipped your nails? He was very honest. He said, sir, almost a week back. It's almost a week since I clipped my nails. So chairperson asked him, like, why? You didn't get time to clip nails after a week, during the whole week? So he said, sir, I was studying for the interview. This interview was very important for me. Why? Because I mean, my parents have expectations. I'm preparing for this interview. So the chairman said, fine, good, not a problem. Then the chairman smiled and looked at him and he said, listen now. And he said, in one whole week, you could not find 10 minutes for your own self. How can I trust that you will find time for others in life? You know, if I have to understand you, I just have to observe your habits. When I see you all, I only see your habits. That's what is. I just have to see your habits. That's it. Now, this for all of you, listen to this and don't take it personally. This is the most important thing in life right now, this exam. If you cannot take this seriously, what else will you take seriously? If you cannot take this body seriously, what else will you take seriously? Habits. Habits. If I have to understand you, I just have to observe your habits. So that's what we do in the interview. We observe you. Your habits are sum total. You know, when I see you, I see your habits. When you see me, you only see my habits. And by observing others' habits, I can just predict others' character very easily. That's why we always say, take your character very seriously, because that's what the world sees. That's what the world sees. Shocked? That's a reality. That's whatever you are, whatever I see of you is your habits. When I see you, I notice your habits. Oh, don't take it personally. You cannot sit in this class for 1.5 hours. You need a break. How can you sit for 3 hours and write an exam? Habits. You are aspiring to be officers, but you are behaving like clerks. Habits. Don't be surprised. That's a reality. First trick of being successful in this exam is change your habits. Change your habits. You are forgetting one thing. Your mains is 6 hours long every day. If you look at your mains exam, morning one session, afternoon one session. 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. Here you find sitting 1.5 hours a challenge. How will you sit for 6 hours? Habits. Oh, a lot of you can't even take care of yourself. How will you handle a district? You are looking to be collectors. You can't even handle your life. Can you handle a district? It's all habits. You know what? Whatever habits you accumulated last 23 years, you carry the same into service. You will not change. Habits. Your character is sum total of your habits. And don't take it personally. I've been watching you. I've been looking into interactions, the way you write. It shows a window to what kind of a person you are. Habits. Virtues. Right. Can I continue? A lot of you look very shocked. The reality. I showed you my side of the story. I told you my side of the story. Right? Shocking? That's how we look. I'll tell you a funny story also. You want to listen to a funny story about interview? I'll share one. Okay, we were in Chandigarh. This interview was in Chandigarh. Follow this. Again, habits. You'll understand much better. Interview is a long drawn process. When you sit in the interview board, probably it continues post lunch also. It's a throughout the day thing. And normally what happens post lunch, it becomes a little tedious. It becomes a little tiresome for everybody. We are all senior citizens, so it becomes a little tiresome. And we request for tea or something keeps coming. So that day in Chandigarh when the interview was on, and around 3:30, around that time, the peon, he got us tea. There was a candidate sitting in front of us. The peon, I mean, usually when they get tea, they get small snacks like biscuits or dry fruit, something like that. Usually it's biscuits. But that day the peon got samosas. Samosas. Just imagine AC room, small AC room, hot samosa coming in, smell, the aroma of samosa. And the moment samosa came in, the chairperson took one, kept in a quarter plate, he cut it into 4 pieces. And the moment he cut it into 4 pieces, the aroma of samosa. Now there was a candidate sitting in front of us. We are very nice people, very, very polite people. Before the chairperson offered samosas to us, he offered it to him. Please have. Now the best part, please have. Now look at this boy. He kept looking at the samosa because the aroma is going. He kept looking at the samosa. Sir, no, sir. Sir, no, sir. Instead of looking at us and saying no, he kept looking at the samosa. No, sir. Nahi, sir. Nahi, sir. Please, sir. मैं samosa नहीं खाता हूँ. Arey Baba, look at us. He wanted to have that samosa because eyes were all there. Habits. So finally we forced him to have the samosa. He had it finally. What I'm saying is that's how we understand you. Small things. It's a big giveaway. Small things. And let me tell you something. When you're going for UPSC, any interview, if they offer you tea or samosas or anything, if you have the confidence, go for it. Go for it. We will like it. I'm just talking to you. Fine. If you have the courage, if you have the panache, go for it. A lot of kids do that also. So what I'm saying is that's how we read you. Habits. Chalo, let's continue. Good fun. Oh, yesterday was a GATE exam. My friend wrote. Oh, nice. Mageshwar, yeah, GATE exam is going on. You guys are taking GATE exams? Okay, next one. What does this approach emphasize on? Shall I continue? May I? Some more interview experience later? Interview stories? Okay. Emphasize. Acha, are you all born good or born bad? पैदाइशी अच्छे हैं, पैदाइशी खराब है. Ramesh is caught now. Are you all born good or born bad? We are born itself is horrible. What? Okay. Now that's what character approach is all about. Every human being is born good. The problem is we cultivate wrong habits. That's why Mahatma Gandhi also said, hate the sin, not the sinner. I repeat, hate the sin, not the sinner. That's why this approach is on internal qualities of character. For example, everybody is honest. Show it. Everybody is good. Show your goodness. We are good people. Show your goodness. Internal qualities of character. Internal qualities. Okay, right. Primary emphasis. Primary emphasis. And please, in brackets, write Gandhi's quote also so that you can connect it. Mahatma Gandhi said this: hate the sin, not the sinner. Why? Because every human being is born good. Every human being. We are all good people here. Only thing is we have to learn to show the goodness, not the negative side, the good side. Yesterday itself I said we are all born angels. I think I told you that, right? You all look like angels. Only thing is we don't show it. Show the good side. That's what this is. Show the good side. Okay, next one. So what he said is only by life of virtue, only by life of practicing virtue, you can become fully human. Gandhi was doing this only. He was constantly practicing virtue because that's how he wanted to become complete person. Complete person. Complete person. By practicing virtues, you become a complete person. Practicing virtues. Okay, once you finish, let me know. I can go to the next one. Done. Okay, Helen, thanks. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Now the biggest question. Can I compel you to become a good person? Can I force you to become a good person? Can I force Archana to become a good person? No, look at Archana. No, nobody can. Can I force Helen to become a good person? Chandramohan, can I force you to become a good person? He is very confident. No, never. Nobody can. Oh, yes, nobody can. I can force you to follow rules. I can force you to follow law. I can force you to follow rules. I cannot force you to become good. Your parents tried it for 23 years of their life to make you good. Nothing happened. Look at the results I have here. So the word is this. It's voluntarily observed. Voluntary. It's by choice. You become good by choice. You become bad by choice. Character is by choice. I repeat, character is by choice. Virtues cannot be compelled. Nobody can compel you. That's the reason I can compel a politician to follow a rule, but I cannot make him good. Trust me. Nobody can. Nobody can. I can teach you ethics, but I cannot compel you to become a good person. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. Helen, you're typing something. I hope the message is for me. Okay. Right. Next one. This is the most important one. The good character of the virtuous man or woman must be achieved voluntarily. That's why this is the most difficult approach. Most difficult. Why? Because you have to do it on your own. Duty means it's listed, you follow it. Results means I go for results. It's very easy. This is difficult. You have to continuously practice being good. Continuously. If you look at Lal Bahadur Shastri, former Prime Minister, he continuously practiced being good. Continuously. I hope you know about Lal Bahadur Shastri and all these people. Continuously. It's voluntary. You can take a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. Yes, Helen, absolutely. You nailed it. May I? Okay. Next one. Okay. You haven't still told me what is good about you. 4 good qualities that you have. Nobody has told me that. Should I help you? Okay, Chandramohan said 1. Okay, I know that. Only 1. Chandramohan has only 1 good quality, nothing else. Can I help you here? Can I help you? Padmini is typing. Padmini, good qualities? You haven't told me your good qualities. Okay, courage. This Saravanan writes courage. Okay, what else, Saravanan? Okay, courage, empathy, honest, brave enough to follow my passion. Okay, I have mentioned here. Yeah, I know. Chandramohan, I've seen it. I'm polite, humble person. I've seen it. Respect elders. Okay, kindness to others. Padmini, courage to make decisions, helping others, and being empathetic. Okay. Somebody writes, last time I consumed alcohol was in January 1st, 2020. Self-control. Oh, after that pandemic started, there were no Tasmac shops. So where is self-control here? Look at this dude. He writes, I had alcohol in January 2020 first. That's self. What rubbish? 1 month. Before that, it was lockdown. So where is the self-control here? Government of India made you practice that self-control. But anyway, good fun. Right. Friendly and kind. Okay. Can connect with people easily. Right. Okay. Now, don't copy this immediately. The problem with all of you is the moment a slide comes, you start copying. Don't copy it. It's a big table. Now look at the words here. Public service virtues. This is what Government of India looks for in officers. When you go for UPSC interview, somewhere they look for these qualities. Something has to be there. And I've taken this from government documents. Something has to be there. It's a big list. We don't look for all of this. We look for something at least. Something has to be there. At least 3 or 4, 2 or 3 should be there. Public service virtues, these are the things we would like to see you practice. Habits we would like you to practice in service. And we would like to see whether you're practicing it now or not. That's why when you write your UPSC mains exam, you write a DAF, detailed application form, where you talk about your hobbies. You know that? You talk about your hobbies. You talk about the activities you've done in college. DAF is very detailed. And the reason why it's detailed is because I want to see your personality. Leave out the educational qualification. I want to know about your person. The leadership positions, the activities you have done in college, the projects you have done in college, everything. Why? Because I want to see something somewhere in this. So that's why when you sit in the interview room for 20 minutes, something has to be visible. Something. Achha, one more thing. Now look at this. Next time look at your mom. If she is hiring a maid at home or a cook at home, mothers have this tendency. If she is hiring a maid or a cook at home, she will interview her for 1 hour. Where all did you work? What all do you know to cook? 1 hour she'll interview. And that too for a salary of 5,000, 6,000 rupees. And that too she can throw the cook anytime out. Just look at this. In UPSC, the board has a responsibility to select an officer who's going to serve Government of India for 30 years. So can you imagine the difficulty of their job? They have to get their job very right. And suppose if there's an officer that goes bad, so the fingers are pointed at the board, you selected them, something has gone wrong. So that is why we will look for something like, something, once you qualify means everybody is intelligent. Everybody has gone to good institution. What separates people is the qualities. Trust me, yes. If I can qualify mains, that means I have intelligence. I have. That's why I qualified that mains. So what will separate people in the interview? The qualities. The qualities you display in the 20 minutes. And you know what? I'll tell you very honestly. Most of the people will never be honest about the interview experience. Never. Because what happens inside the room, they just keep it to themselves. Because some of them have very unpleasant experience. But the matter is, what I'm saying is, you need to have some of these virtues. Not all, some. Let me explain this, then you take it forward. Let me explain this first. Okay, first one. Benevolence. I'll discuss this later also in detail. So don't copy it. The problem is all of you start copying it. Benevolence. Benevolence means to be useful to others. To be useful to others. As a graduate, can you be useful to society? As an engineer, can you be useful to others, to society? Benevolence. Being useful. I'll give an example of benevolence. How many of you have participated in, okay, I'll give you an example of what benevolence is. Being useful to others. Okay. I'll give an example of what benevolence is. Listen to this, a story here. Should I tell you a story? I think you don't want, because you want to copy things. Chalo, you guys copy it. Leave out the story. Benevolence is about to be useful to others. What? Copy? रमेश तुम रहने दो वहां शैतानों को देखते हैं शैतान क्या बोलते हैं ओके राइट चलो oh somebody writes sir you called us shaitan oh yes of course okay now oh yeah I thought you guys don't understand Hindi okay I'll tell you the story so you guys don't understand Hindi right so I can call you whatever I want okay now we had this horrible floods in Kerala a couple of years back horrible floods in Kerala and serious damage was done and that's the time like a lot of NGOs were collecting food clothes everything they were collecting to send it to help people there relief I'm sure a lot of you here in Chennai also must have collected it in fact campuses did a lot of things almost all the campuses across India collected stuff to be sent to the flood affected people everybody did the bit. Now, in Mumbai, there is close to my house. I grew up in Colaba. That's where I grew up. That's why I stayed all my life in Colaba. Close to my house is a Parsi colony. You know, Ratan Tawal, Parsis. There's a big Parsi colony. And Parsi colony is a very old colony. Inside the Parsi colony, there's a big park and playing area and stuff. One Saturday, it's a school holiday. So kids were all playing in the park, football. They were all playing football in the park. And all these kids go to close by schools. And the schools there must have told the kids to collect some monetary donation for Kerala relief. You know, in schools they do that. They tell students to collect door to door, some kind of campaign, collect money and give it to them. And these kids, after playing football, started going to houses, collecting money. And suddenly they realized that the people are giving 50 rupees, 100, nobody was giving 150 rupees, 10 rupees, whatever, loose change they were giving. So the kids got a little disappointed. So the kids had been watching the TV news and channels. So some of these kids had this, look at the way they looked at it. They said everybody is sending money, clothes. They noticed nobody is sending them utensils. They noticed that the houses are completely washed away. If I give you food, grains, how to cook, you need to have utensils, right? And they know nobody is sending them utensils. So what these kids did, they said, when we go and ask money, nobody gives money more than 50 rupees. Let's start asking for utensils. Let's start asking every home for one used utensil. It can be a tawa, or it can be a kadai, or it can be a small, anything, or a glass also. And you won't believe, by evening, there are a huge mountain of used utensils. Huge mountain of it. And seeing this, the Parsi association, the community association, they were wondering what the hell is happening. Then these kids told them that we thought of giving the utensils to them because this will be more useful, not money. And this became such a big movement that nearby colonies, everybody started donating. That's what being useful is all about. I'm sure we all can be useful to each other. The problem in India is young people don't think in terms of being useful to other person. Have you heard of Teach for India? I'm sure you must have heard about Teach for India. I don't know how many of you have actually done volunteer work. It's about being useful to other person. Benevolence is about this. Being useful. Why can't you be useful to others? I'm not saying you give money. I'm saying you can give time. Benevolence. Next is fairness. Fairness is about impartiality. It's in white. Why? Because we had a question on this. It will not be repeated again. There was a question on fairness. Next one, patience. You guys have patience? The biggest problem with today's youth is, you guys don't have patience. This instant coffee generation, now, 2 minutes Maggi noodles, instant, abhi. In Hindi, there's a movie called Kal Ho Na Ho. We don't know tomorrow is going to go. Oh, YOLO, you live only once. That too, I live today. Have you heard the term YOLO? Oh, now. So where is the patience? Typical campus behavior. Typical tech campus behavior. I see somebody today, tomorrow I propose, day after tomorrow I get married, fourth day I get divorced. Fifth day I look for somebody else. Instant gratification. Instant. Here also the same story. Instant shortcut to success. Sir, tell us what is coming in exam. We'll prepare that only. Who wants to study? Instant. But boss, patience. Public service is all about patience. Because you're spending taxpayers' money. This exam requires you to be patient. 1.5 years long exam. You have to be patient. Nation is not built in one day. Public service is all about nation building. You have not grown up immediately. Your parents have been very patient with you. What, yes or no? They patiently nurtured you. Or you have grown up in one day, instantly. No. Your mother got you from hospital, instantly you are 23. No, it took time. The only thing that happens instantly with all of you is you put on weight instantly. Sorry, but that's a reality. 10 days of junk food, instant weight gain. Oh yes, but there is no instant reduction in weight. But patience. Patience. I hope you got the idea. Patience. Try to be patient. Next one, compassion. I'll talk about this in detail later. It's a separate topic. I'll do that later in detail. And next is generosity. Generosity is be generous with your time, money, generous. Loyalty. This is again in white because we had a question on this. Civility. Have you heard the term civility before? Civility. It has nothing to do with civil engineering. Rishi, it has nothing to do with civil engineering. Because engineers can't think beyond civil engineering. Okay. Civility is all about being... Okay, somebody is typing. Helen is typing. Okay. No, Helen stopped. Padmini, you're typing a response. I'm waiting for it. Okay. No response. Being good citizen. Okay, Padmini. Fair enough. Archana, not being animal-like. Okay, Archana. Okay, thank you. Now, civility is like behaving decently in public places. You go to any Government of India office across the country. It can be Chennai to Toothukudi to Shillong to, you go to anywhere. One thing common you'll find in all government office, that is pan stains. You know what pan is? Bida, beetle leaf. That stain is everywhere, in every Government of India office. Why do you have to spit in public? Why can't you respect public property? If you take any town bus, it will not be clean. Why? Because people do all nasty things there. Where is your civil behavior? In public town bus, it will be written, this seat is reserved for elderly, but young people will be sitting there. Have you seen metros have women coaches? In women coaches, you'll find men standing. And they'll all be well dressed, going to office. If you ask them, and come on, where is your civility? Civility is about this, it's about being decent. Oh, I'll share something about civility. Young people in civility. I'll share an experience here. May I? You know, I'm indulging in stories so that you remember the concept. So that otherwise, because there's no dictations here, I want to remember the concept, we're connecting it to a small story here. I'll tell you a small story here. This is about Delhi. Once I was in Delhi University for some work. Delhi University area, it's in North Delhi. I had some work there. And it was a meeting. My meeting got over. I just came out after the meeting. And as I reached my car, I could see that my driver had opened up the bonnet and he was working on it. And I asked him what happened. He said, sir, something has gone wrong. It will take almost half an hour to settle this. I said, half an hour? He said, yes. He said, sir, I'll call the other car from office and he'll drop you. I said, no, I'll take a metro. I'll go to Connaught Place and from there, other person can pick me up. So I went to the metro station, Delhi Metro. And Delhi Metro University Station, Delhi University Metro Station is a very crowded station. Evening, 5 o'clock, full of students, 5 o'clock, peak hours, university students. And I was standing and around me were all students. And that was one of my first experiences in metro. Usually I never take metros, but that was one of those days. And in front of me, there was this elderly couple standing, elderly. They were standing in front of me. And must be around 70s. And the wife was holding the husband's hand. And the husband was having a cane in one hand. And probably husband has problem with walking, I guess. So they both were standing in front of me. And I was right behind them. I didn't notice, but I was there. Then I noticed that these people are standing. I said, okay, fine, it doesn't matter. Now, when the metro came, the doors opened, students rushed in. Now, this elderly couple, they were walking very slowly towards the metro. And I knew that with that pace, I'll miss the metro. I said, it's okay. They are elderly. Let me just be patient here. What will happen, Max? I'll miss the metro. So I was just being patient behind them. Suddenly, I noticed a huge guy comes in. He picks up the old man by waist like this, kept him inside the metro. Picked up the old lady, kept her also inside the metro. And the entire crowd rushed in. I wonder what the hell happened. I said, what the hell? Kya hua kya? And the train started, the metro started. The old man, he was holding cane, but he was lifted like this and kept inside. And I wonder, and this old man was so angry, he just looked at this huge boy. He was a huge student, one of those probably wrestler or a boxer, huge. He was standing. He looked at him and said, what the hell? In Hindi, he said, Kar kya rahe ho yaar? What are you doing? The boy, instead of being apologetic, saying, sorry, uncle, whatever, he should be apologetic. He said, what did I do? In Hindi, he said, halke se to utha ke rakha. He said, I just picked you up and kept you inside. Come on. He could have lost his back. He's an old man holding cane. He could have lost his back completely. Where is the civility? Can't even wait. This is young kids. Civility. This is what civility is all about. Asha, there's one more interesting thing about civility. I've noticed this Indians quite a bit. Next time you also notice in office. Archana, next time notice your office elevators. When the elevator comes down, when people are coming out of the elevator, people will rush in. Arey boss, wait, let them come out. Then only you will be able to get in. No, but we have to get in. Where is the civility? Typical of us. Civility is all that. Next time be watchful about your public behavior. It happens quite a bit. Civility. I hope you got the point. And next time, please don't lift people and keep inside. I know you're young. Please, the old man can be they can get hurt. Friendliness. This you are. Prudence. Prudence means wisdom. Wisdom. We'll talk about wisdom later also in detail. We'll do that in detail. Wisdom. Honesty. I already taught you what honesty is. Okay. Self-discipline. Self-control. Discipline. Self-control. Cooperativeness. Cooperativeness, teamwork. Teamwork. Working with others. I repeat, working with others. Like if you notice something, fine, it's an online class. I don't know whether you guys, do you guys feel as if this whole class is happening online? Or you feel that you don't feel the difference? Some of you are saying yes, I don't know. Actually, other nationalities also exhibit the same. Yes, that's a problem everywhere. But I'm talking about Indians here. Okay. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, I'm trying to work with everyone in this class. I can see some of you, I cannot see some of you. I take your messages. I'm trying to work with everybody. That's what cooperativeness is all about. Working with everyone. I'll give you why we talk about corporate. Let me add a point here. Okay, cooperative. Let me give you an example here. Now, in India, in every district, there are 5 big people in every district. 5 big officials. If these officials cooperate, India would have developed long back. I'll give an example. The 5 big officials are the collector, the SP, the MLA, the MP, and the DFO, Forest Service Officer, Divisional Forest Officer. 5. If these 5 work together, nobody can stop the district from being developed. That's 5. Collector, SP, MLA, MP, and the DFO. If they work together, no district will, the district will do immensely well. But the problem is, these 5 will never cooperate. Fact? Fact, yes. The MP will not cooperate with the MLA, the MP may not cooperate with the collector may not cooperate with the DFO. It's a mess. This is one of the reasons why in India the development doesn't take off very easily. Why? Because these guys never cooperate. They never work as a team. They think my promotion. The MP says my re-election. So we never cooperate. So that's the reason this is a very important. And on the other side, in school, look at the amount of cooperation you guys do. You play games together, you work in projects together, but cooperative. Industriousness, I'll talk about that later in detail as a separate topic. Self-reliance, that is depending on your own self, not on others, on your own self, self-reliance. Self-dependent. Achha, how many of you know how to cook? How to cook. When I say how to cook, it doesn't mean Maggi or chai. Cook. Complete 4-course meal. Not Maggi. Maggi is not cooking. Okay, great. A lot of you know how to cook. Now, knowing to cook is self-reliance. Self-reliance. You can rely on your own self. Courage. It has been asked. Oh, anybody knows how to bake? Okay, Rishi, you know how to bake? Great. Next time when I come to Pune, bake me some cookies. Okay, Padmini, fine. You also can bake. Okay, nice. Oh, Rini, you also can bake. So I think I should ask you all to send me something next weekend because a lot of you bake. Okay. Right, so courage, I'll talk about later. Moderation. Moderation means it's about being balanced, not extravagant, not miserly. It's about being balanced in life. Being balanced. Tolerance. You all know what tolerance is. Tolerance. Dependability. Dependability means Can others depend on you? I repeat, can others depend on you? Trust is nothing but the same as trustworthiness. Can others depend on you? Last one is thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness is nothing but moral reflection. Think and do your actions. I repeat, think and do your actions. Copy the table. I'll explain this one by one. Copy the table. And out of this, I'm going to explain some of them because they are important for exam, some of them. And try to cultivate something at least, some quality at least. Okay, Anu, what is the favorite thing that you can cook? What's your best dish that you can cook? Anu says I can cook. So Anu, what's the best one? Best dish. And Sivapriya, what is your favorite dish that you can cook? Oh wow. Anu, you're tempting me now. Gajar ka halwa. Wow. Anu can make carrot halwa. Anu, that is very, very tempting. Oh, Surpriya says kadhai paneer. You guys are. So, any difference between self-reliance and self-reliance is depending on your own self. That is depending on your own talent. That is self-reliance. Cooperation means working with others. Saravana, cooperation is working with others. Self-reliance is depending on your own talent. Oh, Malabari chicken curry. Now, this is. Guys, sorry, I asked this question. You guys are making me hungry now. All the ladies here are making me hungry. I think on the last day of my class, I should request you all to send something for me. I'll be shameless here. Oh, Chandramohan says my best dish is upma. What is there to cook in upma? It's like making Maggi. Chandramohan, what is that? This is like, upma is like making Maggi. And that too, you get pre-mixed upma. Put it in hot water. Indigo also serves upma. Okay. Oh, I'll take 4 days to reach. Where are you? Archana, where are you? Oh, somebody says as a Guru Dakshina, I'll serve you. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move. Archana, where are you based? Right. I'll go to the next one. Have you copied this? Let's go to the next one. Next one is about character strength. Oh, no wonder you said UAE time. Okay. I got it. Dubai. Okay. Next time when I come to Dubai. I'm coming there in the month of April, first week, so you can treat me. I'll be there for 3 days in Dubai, so I'll surely see you. Okay. Character strengths. Look at the words character strength. The word is character strengths. So that means what is good about you? What are the strengths of character? And when I say character strength, it includes three things. Your thoughts, it's a combination of three things. It's a combination of your thought, your feelings, and your behavior. I repeat, it's a combination of your thought, your feeling, and your behavior. So look at this. Character is aggregate of who we are. It's what's inside it's an aggregate. Look at the word aggregate, total of your thoughts, feelings, your behavior, all the three together. It's an aggregate of all the three. Your thinking, your feeling, and your behavior. Copy it And in exam, you can draw this Venn diagram also. It will add some value. All right. Now I'll explore one character strength, which is important. Then we do it in the next weekend. All right. First character strength, the biggest character strength. And you have two questions on this. Okay. Okay. Pay attention because this will be a little critical. When I say first character, the most important character strength we need to have in public service is self-control. I repeat, self-control. Because power can corrupt you. Agreed? I have seen my own students from campus or from these academies. I have seen my own students. Once they come into service, they change quickly. In matter of 2 years, they are a different person. Because power goes to the head. So that is why we talk a lot about self-control. And UPSC had a question on this. Look at the question. Nearly all men can stand adversity. But if you want to test a man's character, give him power. This is Abraham Lincoln, 2013. If you want to test anybody, give them power. That's it. He'll be a changed person. That's why we talk about self-control. You know, I have seen officers, especially, I don't know what goes wrong. I still don't know what goes wrong. The moment 3 alphabets get added to your name, something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. The moment you enter the gates of Labasna, that's it, something goes wrong. The moment you enter the gates of NPA, something goes wrong. You become you're invincible? No, you're a public servant. That's why we say power corrupts. Suddenly for 23 years, you had nothing. Suddenly power comes to you, you don't know what to do with that. Self-control. I have one more question. Fighting others is easy or fighting oneself is easy? Fighting others is easy or fighting oneself is easy? Fighting oneself or fighting others? Others, okay. Achha, a small question. How can you fight with your own self? Can you abuse yourself? No. Fighting others is easy. Why? Because fighting others means you can abuse, you can do whatever you want. Fighting oneself means controlling oneself. Restraint. That is why self-control is about this. Effortful restraint. Stopping oneself is self-control. And stopping oneself is the most difficult thing. You cannot put a boundary around you. No, you cannot. Effortful restraint. And self-control is where you're fighting your own self. Oh, small thing, small thing, small thing. I drink a lot of coffee. I'll be very honest with you. I drink a lot of espresso shots. By afternoon 2 o'clock, by afternoon 3 o'clock maximum, I would have had at least 5 espresso shots. That's how I survive. And doctor tells me not to have it. Not to have it. And I'm trying to control it. But the problem is the moment I smell coffee, oh God, fighting begins inside me. And it takes a lot of effort to stop myself. Lot of effort. That's how self-control. You know, diet. Doctor puts you on a diet. I say, why is it our diet our diet plans go for a toss? Why? Because it requires that self-control. Self-control, effortful restraint, fighting yourself. Copy that. Self-control. And that's why Aristotle said this. One more quote. This was there again in 2013. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than overcomes his enemies. That is, fighting oneself and overcoming desire is a greater thing than fighting others. Because it's about willpower. It's about willpower. Interesting. 2 questions on character strength. 2 questions. In the same year, 2013. Same year. And they used Aristotle and Lincoln both. And character is all about self-control. You need a lot of self-control. Lot of self-control. Oh, there is one more coffee addict with me. I'm glad there's one more person with me. Prashant, thank you so much. This is very reassuring. Fighting oneself, fighting with our minds, yes. Have you guys copied this question? Okay. Achha, these questions, if you copy it, it'll be good for your reference also, so that you know what kind of questions have come from this section. That's why it always helps. And self-control is about character strength. Your character, these questions are about your character strength, self-control. Okay. Self-control is one is this, effortful restraint. The word is effortful. You're putting a lot of effort to stop yourself. Effortful restraint. Second one about self-control is this. Practicing self-control leads to better structuring of your life. Advantage of self-control. Self-control is the basic foundation for your professional success, personal success. Professional and personal success. You practice fasting. Fasting is kind of self-control, improves your self-control. Meditation improves your self-control. Forget the other benefits of meditation. Meditation improves your self-control. Okay. Done. Great. Self-control. And I hope you got the quotes also. And self-control is about willpower. So think about it. And please have examples where you exercise self-control, because you need to write examples also in exam, right? Example where you exercise self-control. It can be anything. It can be anything. Okay. Now, this is where we stop, because if I continue, I'll not be able to finish things here. So this is where we stop also. It's a convenient point to take a break also. And next Saturday when I take off, next week I'll finish with ethics. And next week itself, next Sunday, I'll start with second part, that is human values also. So your first section will get over next Saturday. Sunday, I'll start with human values. Right, so am I seeing you on Saturday then? Saturday, it's 2 o'clock only, same time. Today was one of those days because of the PM's visit. I had to postpone my class, but Saturday, I'll see you at 2 o'clock. Okay, guys? Bye, see you.